Hi, I'm Andrew Rich, and if you're like me, you look at the state of modern wrestling discourse and think, wow, what a cesspool. That's why I'm here to tell you about Music of the Mat Remix. That's right, your favorite wrestling music podcast is back with a new format, where I bring on a guest and we play songs related to wrestling-themed topics. It could be a wrestling reference, a wrestling concept, a wrestling pun, things of that nature. Now you might be saying, Andrew, that is a very, very tenuous connection to pro wrestling on a wrestling podcast network. Is this just an excuse to hang out with your friends and talk about music and ignore the rest of the wrestling landscape? Yes. Yes, it is. So listen to Music of the Mat Remix on the Voices of Wrestling Podcast Network, available on Apple, Spotify, or your podcast player of choice.
This podcast is a member of the Voices of Wrestling Podcasting Network. Visit voicesofwrestling.com to hear the rest of our great podcasts, as well as show reviews, columns, opinions, and updates across the world of wrestling.
Welcome back, everybody, to Wrestling Omakase. It is episode number 303, and it's week 2 of the Arametha takeover, because you're on like 3 straight episodes.
Well, that's right. Shit.
Yeah, you did the award episode, now you're doing this episode, and then you'll be on with me live from Hoffman Estates, Illinois on Saturday.
Yeah, recording live together in person for the first time. Yeah, that'll be fun.
That's right, because we never did it in Japan on the Legends Ever
For whatever reason. Yeah, we had to wait until we were back in America.
There was so much about even the June trip, though, even though I did 2 episodes I didn't talk about on the last episode because I was so jet lagged. Like, I totally forgot to talk about the Japanese people picking the theme song of this podcast and then singing a completely different song, which is possibly the funniest moment of the entire trip for me. So
wait, I thought you talked about that last
in the
episode.
Discord. I think I don't think I actually talked about it in the episode, but no. So because
I'm having a hard time remembering what you discuss on the podcast and what you like type in the Discord.
Yeah, I was gonna say not every listener's on the Discord, so plenty of listeners who don't go on the Discord. But what I was gonna say was so I'm gonna set the scene. We're in Kabuki-cho. And we had just done an hour and a half of karaoke at a Pasela, which I can't remember if you went to. No, you didn't. Did you? Oh no, you did go to karaoke with us, but I don't think you went to Pasela.
Yeah, I don't remember where we did karaoke.
You're not enough of a Japanese karaoke nerd like me to know these different chains. I get it, but Pasela is like one of the ones that like combines the songbooks for the 2 main ones, Live Dam and Joy Sound. That's like its big draw, and it's just kind of fancier in general. They have like better drinks. They have like Malibu Cokes, which I really, including the Nomi Hodai, which I love Malibu, so it's a great drink for me. Very girl drink, but whatever. No one, gender everybody genderqueer. It's okay. But yeah, I mean, so we did the hour and a half there, and after we got finished, I went to go smoke, and Nicole, because they had a little smoking room, and Nicole went to go pay. And Nicole comes back to me and she's like, they told me if we go to the top floor, we can just get a free drink. And I'm like, well, why? First of all, why do we need more alcohol? We just drank all you can drink for an hour and a half. But we're like, all right, whatever.
This sounds like a trap.
we go up to this top floor. It's like a lounge, I guess, and I get why they're giving out free drinks because there's nobody in this lounge. This is like it's a giant lounge. There's no one there. So the two of us sit down and we get our free drinks. And then this group of very rowdy Japanese people come in, like Japanese young people. They're already clearly hammered. And they start ordering these giant like roulette tables of like random shots where you don't know what the shots are or something. And I'm like, you people do not look like you need to do entire tables full of shots, entire plates full of shots. But anyway.
But at the same time, that's the only time to do those kinds of shots. When you've already had too many of them.
I don't think I've ever done the roulette shots before, interestingly, which is funny because I'm definitely as the listeners will know by now, I'm a heavy drinker in Japan, especially. But I don't think I've ever done the roulette shots. Interesting. But yeah, so they're doing the roulette shots. Then they somehow get a karaoke remote and they call up the karaoke thing. Now, first of all, I find it funny it's a live damn remote, given we're still in the Pasela building and Pasela has their own system, as I was just talking about. But whatever. Here they have live damn for some reason. And I'm like, first of all, I'm thinking, how the fuck do you get a remote to do karaoke here? Nobody offered me a remote, but maybe you have to order the fucking roulette shots or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, the very first song they picked Shin Takarajima. And I'm like, oh, they're fucking doing it. And Nicole like reacts to it. She's like, you're doing your podcast song. I'm like, I know that. What's a very popular Japanese song, so I'm not that surprised. But then, so I'm getting ready to like hear some Japanese people sing the song. And then they just start singing complete nonsense. So it's like I'm starting up here, and then like all of a sudden they're just they're not doing the lyrics at all. Like I'm just like, okay, what is going on? And for some reason I'll never get the one girl for the chorus just repeating Eki, 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 Eki over and over again out of my head. Like for now on, whenever I hear the song, like the part that plays at the start when like, when they're like, I don't know, I don't have the lyrics in front of me, but it's like, da, na, 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 like, but instead of that, she's doing Eki, 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 like over and over again for like 30 seconds straight. Well, yeah, I don't think she said etchy though. They said Eki, okay. Like Eki, like is train station.
Oh,
okay. But there's so many sounded like words in Japanese. It could have been something else. But I don't think she was saying etchy. I think she was saying Eki. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe I just misheard her. But she said it like 50 times.
I mean, when you're really drunk is a great time to make dirty jokes too. So that's part of why I thought it.
It could be etchy. But it sounded like she was saying Eki. I was like, what the fuck does train stations have to do with anything?
What I'm hearing is that even I, as someone who doesn't speak a lick of Japanese, could have been doing Japanese karaoke this entire time.
I guess you could have just said.
It turns out it's optional to even see the Japanese.
I was very confused, but yeah, that was just very, 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 very wacky moment from the trip. That was towards the end of the trip too, I think. But yeah, maybe I did tell this story on the podcast last week. Now that I'm thinking about it. Well, people got it 2 weeks in a row. What are you gonna
Let us know in the comments. It's good for engagement.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, the awards episode was fun. I feel like we, I barely remember it. I was so jet lagged. I really barely remember it. It's funny that I slandered the Sick and like voted them as my worst match of the half year from Glate, and like 3 days later, their leader Brass Knuckles June announced he was going freelance. Like he couldn't handle the shame.
Yeah, from the prestigious Wrestle Omakase podcast, calling him one of the worst. Yeah. The member of the worst match of the year.
Worst match of the half year, yeah. But it is funny. Just really funny timing. But yeah, the awards episode was fun of what I remember of it. I mean, besides the 7,000 technical difficulties we have for some reason. That wasn't fun.
Yeah. Guys, if you're listening to this, you don't know how much longer the recording took than the actual episode that was released. There was like an hour and a half there of us talking into nothing and then going, oh no, it's happening again. And I think it was broken up into like 7 parts that John had to stitch together while jet lagged. So it's a miracle he got it out as quick as he did.
I did get it out pretty quickly. I don't know why. I don't know how I did it so quick. I was just like one of those like tunnel. You know what it was? It was like tunnel vision, so I could sleep. I was like, I need to get this. I need to get this done so I can fucking sleep. I think I had jet lag coming back this time longer than I ever had before. Like I did not get back on a regular sleep schedule for me until like yesterday. So like 8 days later. Like usually it takes me about a week, but this was even worse than usual. So I don't know. It's like the more I go there, the less my body wants to re-enter America or something. It's very funny. Like I feel like I miss it more the more I go there too. But what are you gonna do? I'll be back there in December. So everybody get out their tiny violins, like play the tiny violins for me missing Japan. I'll be back there in like fucking 5 months. But I haven't booked anything yet, but I'm pretty sure I know when I'm going. Just mostly negotiating with my better half about how long I can actually stay, since she's not coming on that one. But in the meantime, we're
a couple weeks or 3.
I'm trying to do like 3. Yeah, I would like to leave like the 13th and come back like January 6th or something. So.
Oh, okay, huh? All right.
Yeah. Because I want to get there early enough that I can go to like everything. Because there's like a Dragongate Korakuen on the Tuesday, and then there's Marvelous on the 20th. It's really early this year for some reason, and then like the New Japan Road to Dome Korakuens, I think, are the 21st and 22nd, and then the start of New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve is the 24th. So I didn't go to any of that last time because I usually get there like the 26th or 27th.
Right.
So, but yeah, that's pretty much my goal, is to go to all that pre-Christmas stuff this time. And then obviously Dream Queendom, Ribbon Mania from Ice Ribbon on 31st, and the All Japan Yoyogi that I'll probably get there late for again. All that good stuff. No Noah New Year this time, but whatever. I mean, as we're going to talk about, I'm not a big Noah fan these days, so.
Yeah. They're doing Cork and Hall instead this year. Right.
Yeah, they're doing Cork on the 1st. I don't know if I'm going to bother with that because I need some time to go somewhere besides Tokyo, and that might be it, like the 1st to the 3rd or something. But we'll see. I don't know. I have to figure all that out. But yeah. But in the meantime, we're going to Chicago
later. But like Noah's in a really interesting place right now. Here's a little preview of some stuff I want to say. But I read through the latest issue of Shoe Pro, which is kind of promoting a kind of a shift in Noah. And that kind of makes the upcoming summer show like really interesting, paints it in an interesting light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I get what you mean. It's like they seem like they were pushing that too when they had the 3 of them, Ozawa, Inamura, and Kaito like facing off. But I guess we'll get to that when we get to that. Noah's like the last topic, so I don't know why we're talking about it already. But yeah, the big top. I mean, pretty soon you and I are going to be in Chicago together. Only a few days away.
Yeah.
Are you like excited for travel / flying person? I'm like excited. I always get excited when it's time to travel.
I would say I'm mildly excited. So for this trip,
oh, you're driving.
Yeah. So for one thing, because I live in Iowa, I'm driving to Chicago, but I'm taking this as an opportunity to explore a bit of the eastern half of Iowa, which I haven't really spent any real time in. So I'm actually.
Oh yeah, because you didn't grow up in Iowa, right?
Yeah, no, I didn't grow up in Iowa. So I'm going to spend the next couple days just kind of tooting around in eastern Iowa, trying to go to minor league ball games and visit like some of the cities or areas that I haven't been to before. Before heading to Chicago on Friday. So
this may stun you, but I've never been to Iowa.
Why would you go to Iowa, frankly?
I don't know. Well, it's like, okay, you're in Iowa and you're like, why did you ever go to Iowa? You're like those Norwegians I ran into in Japan when they were like, yeah, don't ever come to Norway, which I thought was funny. They were like, there's nothing to see in our country.
There's some cool tourist stuff to do here. A couple weeks ago, I went to a really cool train museum out in rural Iowa that also includes a scenic rail ride that you can take of like 10 miles or so. And there's a lot of Iowa that's like quite beautiful. It is a unexpectedly strange place for an area you think of primarily as flat farmland, like in Kansas. But otherwise, it's tough to say that it's something anyone needs to see. Well,
I always come back. I always come back to my first time in Japan. That the Japanese guy was super confused when I was like, "Oh yeah, I've been to like I don't know how many states I've been to at that point, even less than now, but probably like 14 or 15 or something. And he was just like, why would you not want to see the rest of your country before you come to the other side of the world? And just like, I want to be like, I don't give a fuck about America. What do you want me to tell you? Like, they actively dislike it. So it's not really like into going around America. But how many states have you been to? Do you know?
That's something I'd have to sit down and think about. It also depends on
Yeah.
how you count it, right?
Right.
'Cause
I don't count the driving
a
through
layover.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't count a layover in Atlanta as me visiting Georgia, for
Exactly.
instance.
Yeah,
You
I don't
have
count.
to at least spend a night and see something memorable, you know?
Yeah, because I've driven through Delaware 7 trillion times going to Otakon, and I don't consider that a place I've ever gone because I've never done it. I've never stopped there or done anything. So, I mean, I drove down the whole East Coast once when I drove from New Jersey to Florida, and I just, most of those states I wouldn't count. So I didn't stop in any of them. So, but yeah, I'm trying to, let me think. I could do this really quick. Let me think. New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Arizona, Nevada, California, Washington. So that's 10 already. Florida. Where the fuck is Virginia? Okay, that's 12. Again, I'm not counting Georgia, but I also had a layover in Atlanta once, but I'm not counting that because I didn't actually go to anything there.
I went to Ludacris's chicken place in the airport. That was cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Pretty good chicken.
Am I already getting close to tapped out in fucking states I've been to? That is crazy. Because I'm only at fucking 12. I know I've been to more than this though, so let me think. I'm just looking at a list of states now. Okay. I haven't been to any of these. Wow, there's so many states I've never been to. Maryland, duh. I go to Otakon every fucking year, so it's 13.
And DC doesn't count as a state.
DC doesn't count as a state. No, I've been there a million times too. Wow, we might already be done. Texas, duh, I lived there. How did I not count them? 14. Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's 14.
All right.
Not that many. Not even.
I mean, is there a part of you that even wants to see, say, Yellowstone or any of our other national parks?
I'm not a park person. I'm, Rich Craich, put your fingers in your ears for this. I'm not like a national park person. I mean, I like some outdoor sites. I mean, there's some amazing outdoor sites in Japan I really like, but I'm much more of an urban traveler as far as like what I like to do and what I like to, I like to eat at restaurants and go to bars and go to arcades and do karaoke and I don't know, go to wrestling shows. I mean, all stuff you can't do in nature. So
fair enough.
Yeah. But I wonder if do you think your number is higher or lower than my 14?
Then your 14? Lower, I would guess.
Really?
I'm not going to bother counting it, but I'm pretty sure it's lower.
Okay. See, we both.
I am a bit of a homebody for the most part. Also, when you live
I love to travel.
When you live in the Midwest, the states are so big that it takes a lot more travel time to get out of the state, even. So while I grew up in Kansas City, right, and that's in 2 states, leaving that area, which is just massive, is such an ordeal that when I was a kid, we really only did anything like that to like go see relatives. So
I see. Yeah, because we were as a kid. I mean, my mom worked in like the airline industry, so we would fly a lot.
Oh, okay.
So that was like the start. Where I feel like the people who like to fly all flew when they were little kids, and the people who hate it never flew until they were in their 20s. Because Nicole was like that; she never flew until she was in her 20s, and she like despises flying, and it like makes her very anxious. And the first time I flew, I was like, I don't think I was even 2 years old. So, and I love flying. So
you have a lot more positive early memories of pre 9/11 airports.
Yeah. And even like, I don't know, the post 9/11 airport stuff. Well, okay. I have pre-check, I have clear, I have lounge access. So I've gone out of my way to make the flying experience better for me. So that probably also helps. Because I can't imagine like just showing up with like nothing. But maybe that's the other thing, is the people who don't like flying just show up with nothing.
Yeah, I mean I guess that's me, but I would say the actual flying itself I don't mind, but I don't like airports as spaces. They creep me out a little bit. They're
Yeah,
weird
see, I find
and
them very
liminal, and there's
exciting.
no real law there. But there's also all the laws at the same time, right? You feel like you're being constantly watched. So you can get drunk as hell to forget about that, and possibly ruin the rest of your trip in the process.
You think you feel like you're being watched when you get through security? I feel like the exact
Oh
opposite.
God,
I feel like,
yes, at all
okay,
times.
all
It
right.
is
I feel like
it
nobody
is
gives a shit.
the airport is the surveillance state that the current administration dreams about. If they could apply the airport to every other possible public space, they would do it.
Okay, maybe I'm just oblivious. I never really feel like I feel like once I
Well,
get
yeah,
through security,
you
I'm just
opted
like,
to pay out of the experience, so yeah.
yeah, no, that's true. I also have the lounge. I mean, I don't always have lounge access though. It depends on the airport and when I'm flying and stuff. But like, I didn't have it in flying home from Japan or flying. Did I have it flying there? I don't think I had it either way actually. So yeah, I don't think I had it either way for Japan. But the Haneda is such a pleasant airport anyway that it doesn't really matter if you have lounge access or not, because you have like, you can get lemon sours from like the general like stands or whatever. You can either buy like Japanese food if you want. I think we ate already, so we didn't do that. But like even like the waiting area is kind of nice. But like every public, uh, like public infrastructure thing in Japan is really nice. So the airport's not unusually nice, but yeah, the New York airports have gotten better. Like LaGuardia, especially, used to be a fucking disaster zone, and now most of the terminals are pretty nice. And JFK is still eh. I don't really like JFK actually, but especially some of the terminals are kind of old still and kind of bad. But LaGuardia is pretty nice now, which is funny because LaGuardia used to be the dump. But yeah, LaGuardia is where I'm flying out of on Friday. So, and that one I will have Delta Sky Club access, and like technically I did have the Centurion Lounge access at Haneda, but Nicole didn't, and she didn't want to pay the $80 for the guest fee, which I mean that's a ridiculous fee, so I get it. But and I wasn't gonna be like, all right, bye Nicole, I'm gonna go to Centurion Lounge without you.
Tough to drink your way to justifying $80 in a lounge too, without completely knocking yourself prone.
Yeah, and like the lounge food's not that great, so I mean it's really the guest fees are bullshit. It's really, it only makes sense to do if you have the card yourself, and you like I had the Amex Platinum for a million reasons, mostly just to have it as a big coupon book, and then the lounge access is like a nice little bonus. It's not what I have the card for, because I don't fly quite enough anyway for like to need these lounge accesses all the time. But it's nice to have though, as it's going to be on Friday when I get to use the very nice new LaGuardia Delta Sky Club. But yeah, I have the Sky Club access. I have clear and pre-check, so get me through that in 2 seconds. And I'm flying first class on the way there, so it's all coming up, John. But I booked that with miles, so didn't even pay any money for it. But yeah, then I think I have JetBlue on the way back, but it's like even more space JetBlue, so a little not as nice as even Delta first class domestic, but it'll still be,
I mean, I can't imagine it'd be anywhere near as nice. JetBlue is the cheap option, right? So
well, it's not the cheapest, but yeah, it is like one of the budget ones. But again, I had all these miles that I had built up in the JetBlue that I wanted to use, because I'm like, when am I ever going to use this otherwise?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so I did like miles both ways to save money, especially given all the money I just blew in Japan. But anyway, was there anything else from Japan I didn't talk about? Can't really think of anything. Meeting Yuka was awesome. That was like one of my big highlights actually from Ice Ribbon, because she was so nice. She actually remembered my tweet, which was the craziest part to me. Because I tweeted at her when she won the number one contendership. I was like, I think I tweeted at her in Japanese something like, I can't wait to come see you challenge for the title in person. And I guess she probably doesn't get that many random white people in her mentions. But when I went up she was doing like a meet and greet for the show, and I went up and bought like, her portrait and her little standee that she signed for me. And she was like, oh, she basically was like, you said you were going to be here. was like, wow, I can't believe you remembered that.
Yeah.
It was like good. It was a good because it's like 2 weeks ago too. It was a good memory.
Well, I
But
also think that for smaller promotions like Ice Ribbon, and Ice Ribbon, I think especially was an innovator in this. They go out of their way to build more of a personal relationship with the fans too, right?
yeah,
That's part of the meet your idol experience that they
yeah,
offer.
yeah, yeah,
You know, not to
yeah,
say that that's cynical in any way. I think they mean that in the best possible way that you could mean that.
yeah,
It is a service that is um, done non-cynically. But
yeah.
that
I
is
mean,
kind of
it did not feel cynical.
part of the job for her.
Yeah. But yeah, I bought. So I did the meet and greet with her. She was the only one I did the meet and greets with. And then I also got my hands on an Ice Ribbon shirt, which I may or may not wear on Friday. I love that Ice Ribbon shirt I bought. It just looks really. It's like this blue Ice Ribbon shirt with their like
Yeah.
cool logo. It says like 20th anniversary. So I didn't actually buy that much merch this time, mostly because I spent way too much money on merch in December already. But that was the one I was really happy with. That Ice Ribbon shirt, and I found a matching Shiori. I don't know what these things are. Like these little acrylic blocks, like with her in the kimono that matches the yellow Natsupoi one I got last time. So I was like, oh, that was a really cool find. But
I gotta say, I don't think I had the chance to say this during the half year review show. But out of all of the promotions, I wish I had followed a lot more closely. Ice Ribbon clears the list. I have just not made the time for them at all. And it sounds like they're in a fascinating place with a lot of really interesting young stars. And I have great memories of just how good they were in 2019 when I started watching Puro. And there's a part of me that thinks that even though there's lots of other small Joshi promotions out there, there's something about Ice Ribbon that is that nobody else can really replicate. They've got a little bit of a special sauce there. Um, it's nice to
yeah, I
hear
totally
that they're
agree.
like, yeah, they just I don't know they do they were in a similar lane to Stardom there for a while, but there was something about them that was scrappy and I don't know, like small business in the best sense, right? Where there's a feeling that while you are a fan and while you are seeing them in Korakuen Hall for just a little while, you're not just with other fans. You're kind of with neighbors in a community.
Yeah, I love the thing they do where they all like shake your hand at the end of the show, like go through the
Mhm.
front. They don't even just do it for front row either. Like they'll go behind front row and do it for other people too, which is so cool. Because I had front row to that show in Kitazawa, and it was cool, like shaking everybody's hand after. But then, like, yeah, they just started going to the back rows too. I'm like, oh wow. But yeah, just it's a really cool atmosphere. It's really fun. I was so happy I got to go to that show. I mean, I definitely feel like I made the right decision picking that over the Marigold Cork, and because you want to talk about a bad vibes promotion right now, like Jesus Christ. I mean, I don't want to get that one guy mad at me. I mean, they have a lot of wrestlers I like still. I'm not trying to hate on Marigold too much, but just like the vibes for them are
Is
really
that guy
off right
still
now.
commentating?
He
Thought he
did well.
would
You
have.
know what? He commented will be because he's a big All Japan fan too, and this podcast
Uh,
has become positive on All Japan now. So now I feel like we're like his heaven and hell. like like we're like pro All Japan, but I don't really want to say anti Marigold. I had nothing against Marigold. I hope they get it together. I just don't think they're having a good year. That's all.
no, no. When so much of the top of your card gets injured, there's no way to have a good year.
Yeah, it's not
It's
going to be
tough.
possible. And
I
their
haven't
booking does
watched it
not
in a
help.
while,
Their
but you
booking does
saw
not help.
booking doesn't help. But you saw Nagisa got injured recently, right? Like
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
yeah. Now that's only for apparently a month, but that's her red belt challenge. Apparently, just I guess rescheduled, hopefully, but that's a bummer.
Yeah, it's like it sucks for them. I mean, but like they needed to strip some of these people of these titles is the biggest thing to me. Like there's zero reason to have your white belt tied up on a wrestler who's not going to be around until like September at the earliest. Like that's crazy. But I don't know. Anyway, not a Mario. I haven't really watched Mario Gold that much in a while either. So maybe they're doing great right now. Who knows? But and not from what I hear, I will say. But um, I guess I'll probably just try to jump back in for the Dream Star, which you can actually watch this year since it's not up against the 5-star. It's good.
Yep.
But all right, I can't think of anything else from the trip. I already said Yuka. I did buy a lot of random little knickknacks as always, and I just said didn't spend that much on merch. I bought this adorable, like, I can't tell if it's a panda holding a moon or a panda holding a banana, but it's one of the two in Yokohama, because Yokohama has that big Chinatown, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's like one of my favorite little plushies I got in a while. Although it's supposed to be like a keychain, and the keychain part broke really quickly. That made me sad.
Are you a big plushie guy?
I am a big plushy, non-binary person, yes.
Sorry, I did it again. I feel like I need the equivalent of the retired wrestlers fund, but for every time I misgender you on your own podcast, it's deeply shameful.
I can't make my voice sound any gayer or than this. Like, what do you want me to do? All right. I hear myself. I listen back to my voice. I don't sound very masculine, so I can't help you.
No, it's on me.
What was I gonna? But yeah, you should see the amount of plushies we keep in this bed. So it is very not even just in this bed, but also like everywhere in the room. Like, this is a plushie and acrylic stand household. So it's like just a crazy amount of stuff. But I'm lucky that I have a partner that does not think this stuff is ridiculously childish for our age, which it obviously is. But you know, who care? Who care? As Gato would say, who care?
There are a lot of people around our age who are still into very childish things, so it's just not that unusual anymore, I think.
I can't remember. You're like this around the same age as me? I can't remember. I mean, you don't have to tell your age.
Yeah. I might be slightly older than you, but not by much.
You're older than me.
We've compared ages before, I think.
I thought you were younger for some reason.
I know I look it. I've been told this before, but even with the beard.
Even I get like a lot of it too, although my hair's starting to thin now, so maybe now it's going to start. Ooh. I'm going to start looking more of my age, but
maybe it's time to get it in a nice neat cut.
Yeah. Well, I was watching myself because I watched back the Marvelous King Gotcha show, the second one, because I was showing Quinlan, who probably will be on the New Japan episode. I was showing him the actress girls match, which was so fucking funny. And yeah, I got a good look at me, and I was like, the hair's getting thin up there, John. But other than that, I don't look very old still, though. Like, you can tell, I guess, that I'm no longer like a college student age, but I don't, there's plenty of people who are younger than me who have way less hair than I do. So, but yeah, I mean, I remember I told a person that I do not want to name on the air my age during a meeting, let's say, and she was fucking shocked. She was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, that's how old I am." So she thought she said she would have guessed, like, I don't know, like a decade younger. So
damn.
Guess that's good though, right?
Hold on to that feeling while you can. That does not last long.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do? Let's get to some wrestling shows, I guess. We bullshitted probably long.
We bullshitted for 30 minutes. Guys, when we started the call, neither of us really had anything to discuss. And somehow the moment we start recording, we're just shooting the shit immediately. I don't know.
It is fun. Arametha, you're fun to talk to.
You know what? You're cool to hang out with, too.
That's
glad we're going to do a lot of that this weekend.
Yeah, there you go. The funniest thing actually was like when I was like, there's a round one, like I think like 20 or 25 minutes from Chris Sampson's place. Maybe we could go there for the barbecue. And you're like, I would definitely want to go to a round one. I'm like, yes, we're on the same wavelength there.
Yeah, no, 100%. I love arcades too, and it's tough to find in America anything like what round one has. Like,
you don't have one. You don't have any in Iowa, I'm guessing.
No, sadly.
We have like a million of them over here now.
So we do have like barcades, which I do enjoy going to, but nothing that's going to have like Japanese rhythm games and modern fighting games, for instance, which are like high in my list of interest.
Well, the modern fighting games are really like getting low on the ground at the round ones, I will say. Like, I think the ones near me still have a few, but it's like really few. But the rhythm games, they have 7 trillion of them.
I wonder if, because I don't know how much they keep those up to date. If they keep them in sync completely with the latest release of like Street Fighter 6, for instance.
Yeah,
Last
they
time
don't
I
do
was
that
in a
anymore.
round one, like they still had they had Street Fighter 6 machines, but I don't think they had the latest patch on them.
Yeah,
And like they still had things like Tekken Tag, which is
yeah.
a fantastic game. Don't get me wrong. But if you're one of those online grinders who are working constantly to get better at fighting games, that's not really the vibe that Round One is promoting, and maybe there's just not enough of the casual fighting game audience around
Well, yeah,
anymore
I was gonna say
to support that.
the Japanese round ones don't have any fighting games anymore. Like
Really?
they have completely gotten rid of them. I think it's because all the fighting game people in Japan just play online now since COVID. But yeah, like all
Yeah,
the
online or in one of the like famous arcades in the Tokyo area that are known for fighting games.
right, because I was gonna say there are still some arcades that still have it. You can go to like if you go to like a Taito Hey or whatever, they'll still have like 7,000 fighting games on like a whole floor. But a lot of retro stuff though, more than new stuff.
Mhm.
Um, but like round ones, like the round ones and the Taito stations and the Gigas and all that, they're all like basically, it's like 2 floors of crane games, 1 floor of metal games, which are like the Japanese fake gambling. I think I've talked about that before.
Yeah, the ones where the
And
medals get pushed out very slowly.
yeah, like you get the medals and then the medals can be gambled for more medals, but you can never turn them back into money. It's so funny. Um, so yeah, you have those, but then you have like your actual video game floor is like 7,000 rhythm games, and I mean of like the same one too. Like you never have to wait to play a rhythm game in Japan because if you want to play Sound Voltex, there's 12 machines of Sound Voltex. You want to play Chuntheum, there's 12 machines of Chuntheum. Those are just the two I play, but obviously other stuff too. Um, and they'll have like the mahjong games, and I guess if you want to count
Yep.
this as a fighting game, they'll have the Gundam Versus.
Yep.
So they still have
I
that.
don't count it as a fighting game, but yeah, similar
Yeah, they
interest.
still have a million Gundam Verses,
Yeah.
and then they have like other random stuff. Like I don't know how to describe the other stuff they have. Like that Bomber Girl game that I think is still really popular. They always have a bunch of those. And like other like card games that are like card games and arcade games. They still have those. But
Did
yeah, as far
you
as like fighting games or shooters or whatever, they don't have any of that.
yeah, did you get to see any of the setups for this vintage horse racing game where you're not actually racing the horses, you're just gambling on virtual horse races?
Yeah, they have a
And
million of those still. They
yeah, they
still
have a
have those.
lot of those too. Those are
That's
fascinating
in
too.
those are in the medal game areas basically because they're like because you can win the medals at them. I think
Mm.
because you
I
gamble
didn't
the
know that
medals and
part.
you win them. Yeah, I
I was
think they're in the medal
fascinated
game.
that there's basically like a lazy boy, and that's what you sit down in. There's a giant screen in front of you, and you have a small console
Yeah,
in front of you, but you're all like sharing the same screen, right? It's like sitting in a theater almost.
yeah.
And you have your small console in front of you to interact with it. That was really cool. I kind of like to see something like that adapted for Uma
Now,
Musume.
see, when I first started going to Japan, you could still smoke in arcades. So you'd have a lot of like smoking arcades
Yes.
where like the salaryman would sit there fucking smoking for 6 hours doing fake horse race gambling on these things.
Yes, those
Now,
in the Mahjong stations, I bet. That was very
now
popular.
now you can't actually smoke in the actual arcade anymore. They still have like smoking rooms, but they just are like the little tiny smoking boxes that don't have any machines in them. So like you have the fucking chain smoking arcade players have to get up and go fucking smoke in a little box and then come back to their seat. Just kind of funny. But yeah, I think the round ones never had smoking. I think they always just had the little smoking boxes. But like other arcades, like the one in Shinjuku, in the building where Shinjuku faces, is going to be closed down. That's gone through like 7 different names when I started going there, but now it's called Game Panic. They definitely had a giant horse race simulator thing where people would fucking chain smoke in. Because you walk over there, you just see like a giant puff of smoke. Because you're already in Kabuki-cho, right? So it's already a lot of people doing shit like that. Probably very drunk too. And yeah, that was like the fucking that probably has like the that had like one of the highest like airborne cancerogens or whatever they're called like in the entire world probably that fucking horse race simulator or horse gambling simulator thing in Kabuki Show fucking arcade. But yeah. And that arcade used to have a really big fighting game section too, and that's also completely gone. So
Yeah.
very interesting how things changed. But the rhythm games are going strong. The rhythm game people are keeping arcades in business, I guess. But yeah, we're gonna go to round one. I'm already excited for that. Do you play rhythm games at all? I can't remember.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love Groove Coaster in particular.
I never
I'm
played Groove
terrible at
Coaster.
rhythm games generally, and I don't really play them as often as I'd like. But I'm a fan, I would say. When I go to a round one, that's probably where I will park myself for the most part. I'll probably spend some time playing some shmups as well, but it's probably going to be primarily rhythm games.
Yeah, you should try Sound Voltex. That is my current. Sound Voltex is awesome. Tune Theme too, although the Tune Themes around one are like not worth playing because there's the stupid international version with like a I don't know, like a 20th of the songs or something. It's really bad. Like if you want to play Happy Birthday, you can play the Tune Theme international version. But like most of like all the Vocaloid and anime songs and shit are all gone. And like Toho songs. Which is very annoying.
Oh, what is a rhythm game without Toho songs on it?
Exactly.
If I can't play Bad Apple, what are we even doing?
Well, exactly. I mean, Sound Voltex has it even on the international in America. So, like, I definitely
So does Groove Coaster.
Groove Coaster, yeah, makes. I mean, but yeah, I don't know why like the tune theme in round one's just so bad. But if you go to like the this other like arcade chain near me, they have the Japanese one. I think it's actually hacked or something, and it has like all the songs. But yeah, I never play tune theme in round one. Because it's like, well, I know it's hacked because I'm not. So Sound Voltex, I play in America or I play in Japan. If I use my card, I'm on the same server, so I have all my same scores and everything. But Chuntium, when I go to Japan, this is how I figured out the American ones were hacked. I was like, okay, why am I level 1 now and I'm like level 18 in America? And it's because I'm on the actual server now, not the hack server.
Wow, yeah, that means they had to not only hack it, but also like replace the network that's used to
Yeah. They have
shit.
like their own.
That's crazy.
They have like their own server.
That's some hardcore shit. I love that.
Yeah. But I mean, Chuthian's awesome too. I get it, but not with a bad song list. Because Chuthian's the one that has like the it's like the touchpad. So it's like an LED touchpad. So like you're basically like hitting the notes across the touchpad, but then it has the sensors above. So some of them, like it's checking that you actually lift your hand off the thing. And then also you have to like wave your hand in the air like an idiot. And that looks really stupid, but it's funny. But it's a lot of fun to do. It's like, you know, like boom, 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 boom on the actual touchpad, then raise your hand up and hold it there, or like, you know, fucking move your hand back and forth in the air. It's just very fun, like inputs. But Sound Voltex 2 is really, really fun inputs because you have like the 6 buttons, you know, like 4 front ones, 2 back ones. Then you have the 2 knobs that you have to turn. And the knobs are just really like, I don't know, the tactile of like of turning the knobs is really cool. So I guess that's why those are my 2 favorite rhythm games in the moment.
If you like turning knobs, why don't you love Groove Coaster?
Well, that's the whole thing, right? It's just the knob.
Yeah, it's just a knob that you
I don't think I ever found it.
Push it.
Yeah, I just don't think I ever found it that interesting when I tried it. But like to me, like the Sound Voltex thing is like you go from like pressing these buttons to like quickly having to do the knobs, and like they'll do like they have a lot of one-handed parts of the song where you have one hand on the knob, you have to do the other hand on all the buttons and stuff. It's like very
one hand on the knob.
It's very fun. Yeah, one hand on the knob, and it's like very fun to do, like go back and forth. I don't know, the Groove Coaster one.
Yeah, really going back and forth, one hand on the knob. That's what I hear.
I don't even know why. Why is that like a double entendre? I don't even know.
How is it not?
Well, they're going back. I get the hand on the knob part, but they're going back and forth. What is that?
Jerking off, brother.
Oh, like going back. I see. That's not what I mean by going back and forth. No. See, like I'm a very innocent person. I'm very, very innocent. You know. So that's why certain people love me, because I just bring that innocent energy.
So. You got that kawaii energy,
I got the kawaii energy.
Yeah.
I do think that. Well, anyway, you know where I was going with that. Why do I have the wrong New Japan show open? Do I have the same show open twice, or do I just not have the other one open at all? Okay. Anyway, because we probably should actually talk about wrestling shows at some point. Like we're up to 42 minutes of bullshit, which I think is a lot even for us. But
Yeah,
I mean,
we
who
need to
wants to talk
save
about
some bullshit for when it's just the two of us just hanging out.
Yeah, that's true.
We need to save some bullshit actually for when we get to see like some of the other Voices of Wrestling guys later this weekend. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, I said girl singular because I think there's only one girl I know going. But but yeah, that'll be cool. I mean, Chris Sam's having his barbecue. We have a suite. The suite. Yeah. You've never been in a suite before, right?
Nope.
It's pretty cool. I've never been in the Now Arena suite either. I mean, I'm sure it's not as nice as the United Center one. But on the other hand, we're further down than the United Center one was. Like I think we're in the lowest level suite. So
was the Now Arena like a is it like a basketball arena or something? Like for minor league basketball?
I got no clue, to be honest.
Okay. Because I know it's on the smaller side of arenas.
Yeah, it's like 10,000, I think. Not that New Japan's going to come close to filling it, but based on the ticket sales. Ooh. But yeah. But whatever. I'm going to have a good time. I don't care the buildings.
Well, I think the number they really should care about is, do they beat their Dallas G1 number?
It doesn't look like they're
which is a high bar, and they're probably not going to meet it. But given how cold the promotion is, like they're no longer positioning themselves as the clearest alternative to WWE anymore, right? AEW ate their lunch at that.
Yeah.
But I think if they get close to it, they should consider that a huge success.
Yeah. Guess we'll see. I mean, this G1 opener thing does not seem to be a big draw to a lot of Americans, which is weird to me because it's such a cool thing to be there for. But like, this is your first.
People underrate Chicago as a good home base for New Japan, though. Those Chicago Ride shows always drew well, even when the card wasn't very good.
Yeah, I went to one of them, the one where Naito lost the title to Moxley. Did you ever go to any of the Windy City Rides?
Yeah, we met there once actually. You've
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. That was at one of the Strong Style, their podcast network. They would host it.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. At a quote, I think it's
actually.
You know what?
I do remember this now. This now.
Yep. I met you and Chris there. Yep.
Yeah, because I remember you had that very fanboy energy, which I don't say is an insult, but it was just kind of funny.
Yeah, because I was decked out entirely in LIJ gear.
Yeah.
Top to bottom.
Yeah. But yeah, I meant like you seemed. Well, maybe this makes me sound like an asshole. You seemed like excited to meet the two of us. So.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah.
That too. Yes. Because I've followed y'all for a while before I was guesting on the podcast, obviously. So yeah, I was excited to meet you guys.
Which is cool. I mean, it always is very. It's very surreal to me when people are clearly excited to meet me because I'm like just some fucking gay loser, basically. But it is, it's very humbling too. So, but I mean, look, I'm just some genderqueer loser who weirdly has stalkers for some reason. So, I mean, that is really actually the big ego boost that people care. And it's one thing for people to actually listen to my podcast because they like it. But it's another thing for to have actual weirdo stalkers. Like that is the weirdest part, probably. Like that to me would be humiliating. Like you care enough about what I.
Hopefully you feel safe at least if you have stalkers. So
well,
and if you can take it as a compliment, then I kind of assume you do. So that's
yeah, like internet stalkers, not like real life stalkers. But
gotcha.
But like the ones that clearly hate everything I say and hate everything, my entire perspective, but keep listening and reading my Twitter anyway. When I'm just what is going on here? I'm not a hard person to ignore. Okay, it's hard to ignore Donald Trump, right?
There was famously a whole Onion article about that fact in 2017.
But it's not hard to ignore some fucking Z-list wrestling podcaster. Please.
Yeah.
I'm not hard.
Yeah, you're absolute bottom tier for internet celebrity.
But people people message Joe Lanza and tell him, if they should fucking drop me from Voices of Wrestling and shit. I'm just like, how could you give that much of a shit that you're typing out John Carroll doesn't deserve the speech, which is an actual DM they got once.
That's the
Which,
speech.
what is
doesn't
the
deserve the
speech?
speech.
Doesn't deserve the speech. Which Joe loves bringing that up because it's such a funny DM to get. Because, like, what does that even mean? But, like,
I mean, clearly English is a second language, but you know what? I'm not going to give them any grace. That's a dumb message to send.
It's like, I don't know, brother. I doubt they haven't dropped me so far. I doubt they're going to drop me because of your DM. But, like, I've been on this network for like almost 10 years, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're ever going to talk about some wrestling shows at some point.
In case y'all can't tell, we were kind of underwhelmed by the shows this week.
Yeah, they were all right. I don't know. It's not. I wouldn't even say underwhelmed as much as I don't know if there's a ton of talking points really coming out of a lot of them. But let's get into it anyway. You got to do it eventually. New Japan, July 6th, Road to G1 Korakuen. This had a attendance of 1,043. That's surprisingly strong. Gotta hand New Japan because I mean it's a Monday and there's another Korakuen with a retirement the next day. So actually being able to do this strong of a number, I feel like the Yo haters gotta hand it to him at some point here. I mean, he headlined the show.
He might have a bit of a Flair Thez case.
I mean, he's like
because him at the top seems to draw. Yeah. And on top of that, they did stack this card in particular.
Yeah.
They didn't feel the need to do that for the next one, but understandable that they didn't. This one, they went out of their way that even when I wasn't too excited to be watching some New Japan this week before the G1, I saw the card and went, oh, this actually seems pretty good.
Yeah. So it opened with the House of Torture, Ren Narita, Sanada, Doki, and Sho beating Yuya Uemura, Taichi, El Desperado, and Masatori Yasuda. It was Doki pinning Yasuda in 803 with the Doten no Jutsu. The highlight of this match to me was Yuya getting like this big reaction for just cleaning house in the house, which I wrote that down, not even realizing what I just did, apparently. Way to go, May. Cleaning house in the house with simple arm drags and drop kicks at one point. But other than that, it was mostly typical house stuff. Kind of boring besides that one little burst of excitement, but it wasn't that long either, so whatever. 2.5. Very average match.
Yeah. They were in opening match gear. There's very little to discuss here.
Match 2, though, was good. I mean, this was
Yes.
Bolton Oleg's comeback match. So Bolton Oleg, Aaron Wolf, Hiroki Goto, and Tatsuya Matsumoto beating the Unbound Company team of Yota Tsuji, Shingo Takagi, Yuto Ice, and Daiki Nagai. Bolton beat Daiki in 8:33 at the Kamikaze. Much better multi-man in the opener. Pretty much everyone involved looked good at various points. So I thought this match was super fun for an 8.5 minute undercard tag. I went like 3.5 on it. Quite fun.
Yeah, and the first little bit of excitement we get for the G1 because this is also previewing some matches we'll see during the tournament. It is really fun to watch Aaron Wolf finally outside of the House Vortex. And I love the idea of him and Oleg Bolton tagging. I think they've got something there.
Yeah, Charlton was pushing it really strong the next night, especially too. Which I hope, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything because it's not like he and Gato talk or anything. But hopefully they do. Hopefully other people can see the appeal too because that's a cool team.
I mean, they might not talk, but I'm sure Chris Charlton has his ears open just around.
That's true.
So there's a part of me that thinks that come World Tag League season, we'll have another great tag team to watch.
Well, okay. The reason why I'm saying I don't necessarily think it's because he knows something is because, first of all, it seems like a lot of the wrestlers aren't even told what they're doing on the next show until they get there. And
that is true.
Like Taichi freaking the fuck out at Dominion when they told him he's not fucking going to be in the G1. They didn't tell him until then. But like they, on top of that, like, I don't know. I don't know. It just seems like the kind of thing he would just say, hoping it turns out to be true more than anything. I could be reading it wrong, but that was just my read.
I don't think it's a coincidence they're tagging together in what are essentially preview tags. So
yeah, so we'll see. Match number 3. Sorry for the yawn, everybody. Did have a very long work day. Yoshinobu Kanemaru and Dick Togo beating Taiji Ishimori and Gato, and also Tiger Mask and Jado in the Tiger Mask final 3-way tornado tag match. Kanemaru pinning Tiger Mask in 6:26 with Samson Clutch. Tiger Mask actually has a ton of history with Gato and Jado, and well, not a ton, but quite a bit of history with the two of them in the IWGP Junior Tag titles. So I was looking this up out of curiosity. He first challenged them for the belts all the way back in August 2001. They defended against Tiger Mask and Great Sasuke before he even came to New Japan on this big Michinoku Pro show in Sendai. And then Gato and Jado beat Tiger Mask in Heat, of course, with Minoru Tanaka in his mask gimmick, in a tournament semifinal in November 2003. It says qualifications. I don't know if that was for a vacant title or number one contendership. Probably number one contendership. They had a Tokyo Dome match for the junior tag titles where they beat Heat and Tiger Mask January 4th, 2004. And then later that year, they beat Tiger Mask and his partner Taiji Ishimori, who was also in this match, in November at Masachono's retirement show. So kind of interesting. But ultimately, Tiger Mask never did win a title match against Gato and Jado, but he did finally get to win the junior tag belts. So first with Jushin Liger, a very brief 36-day V0 reign in 2012, and then with Robbie Eagles for 116 days, and they made one whole defense in the 116 days.
Oh, right.
2021-22, yeah.
Yeah, because that was during the pandemic. Yeah, I remember that tag team now. Wow.
But yeah, they did show.
I feel like you just unlocked a memory when you mentioned that was a tag team that Tiger Mask used to have.
Yeah, weren't they? I don't remember what the fuck they were called.
I don't either.
Was it just like Eagle Tiger or something? I don't know. But yeah, this match was just a bunch of spots. Don't know why we needed Kanemaru pinning Tiger with the whiskey spit in the second to the last match, but whatever. He did get to go out with a win the next day anyway. I think it doesn't really matter. But 2.5, pretty average match here. Then we had our first of the two G1 Climax play-ins. So this is the B block one. Oscar beat Yujo Takahashi in 9:54 with the KOB. So the match started with so basically Oscar got Yujo in the sleeper right away. Sho did the fake bell ring immediately. Oscar fucking yelled at him for an hour like a dumbass until Yujo jumped him from behind. He was like, please, can we retire that spot? For the love of Christ. The funniest part in the whole match was Narita almost fucking killed the ref when he pulled him out. Like, he pulled him out so hard, he sent him flying into the fucking like barricade or the table or something. Just looked like he fucking killed him. I was like, Jesus Christ. So Yujo Ice showed up to pull the poor ref out again after Yujo almost pinned Oscar with the pimp cane shot and the pimp juice. He then took out the entire house clown troupe by himself, including Yujiro, and then they gave him the KOB for the pin. I will say, like, the end of it was enjoyable. I actually kind of enjoy when people like just decide to be like, you know what, fuck these guys, we're going to cheat too then. Because
it makes complete sense for KOB to take that stance towards the house. So
and Oscar's selling was good. Like, he sold, like, Yujo had been working on the knee, and I thought Oscar's selling of the knee was quite good. I don't get why people claim he's bad. Like, what is bad about him? I don't really get
Yujiro?
it. No, Oscar.
Oh, Oscar. Oh, yeah, I'm with you. I don't understand why people think Oscar is bad. I could see
have, like,
thinking he's a little underwhelming, but that's because he's next to a charisma dynamite in Yudo Ice. But Oscar's a hell of a wrestler. I think he's actually secretly incredible.
Yeah, he'll have like one awkward spot here or there. I think he did on the following night, but like it's really not that big a deal. And when like for a big dude, he sells really well, which he showed. He sells so well.
Again. He does incredible shit to sell as well. Like, big men should not be selling like he does, and he makes it look convincing. It's really cool.
Yeah, I don't get the Oscar hate. It's one of the weirder wrestling takes out there to me right now. But yeah, 2 3/4 of the match. It was all right, but you know, for a Yujiro match, that's pretty good.
I will say this sets a precedent very early on in Oscar and Yudo Ice's career that they're always going to have each other's back in house singles matches like this. So something to keep an eye out for in the G1 as well. I think this is also why they're so, as frustrating as it is to watch the faces lose to the house and nobody comes to back them up, it's because they always try and build that narrative that that's how the face pulls out the stop to get the win over the dastardly house. And now that they've established that as the baseline for Oscar and Yudo Ice, it's going to feel extra steaming.
Dumb.
If they lose to the house and like their tag partner, who can apparently clear out the whole house by themselves, by the way, didn't show up to save the day. So
Yeah.
It is an extreme wrestling nerd complaint to say, well, you started the power level of Oscar and Yuto Ice in single matches against the house too high, but that's kind of what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, and like, okay, there's so many house finishes where you're like, how the fuck can you ever not build off of this? Like, remember the one last time where they fucking did the throw in the towel with the person's t-shirt and it was the
Yeah,
fucking guy.
yeah.
I'm like, actually, it might have been United Empire, actually, now I think about it, but either way, it's fucking stupid. I don't know, I think it was United Empire against the house or something. It was like a Best Super Junior match,
you complaining about this and how stupid it was and how
how the house I'm like, why wouldn't you just do that in they should just always do that from now on, yeah.
Right.
But anyway. A block playing match. Thank God Almighty, Ryohei Oiwa beat El Phantasmo at 9:36 with the grip. Oiwa, as usual here, made his simple headlocks look very effective. Meanwhile, ELP did his, as usual, not particularly impressive high flying. Now the Korakuen crowd loves it though. They always love ELP. Always got to hand it to him.
And I'll push back a bit here. I thought he had a much better pace to his spots here than he normally does.
There was one spot where there was a tornado DET he did out of the corner. That was the great example of his slow motion high flying where he had to like stop and steady himself on the ropes.
Yeah.
Which just makes the whole sequence look fucking stupid as hell. But some of his other high flying looked better than average, I guess.
Yeah. I'm saying that for most of the match, he looked much better. So
I went 3 stars on it. It was fine, you know.
Yeah. It was also like heavily dominated by ELP's offense as well. I think Oiwa
always does that.
Yeah. Sorry, you wanted to say something about after the match?
No, you can keep talking. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, I wanted to ask you: is this it for ELP? Because
that's what I was going to say. So he kissed the lion mark and he posted on Instagram and everything. Yeah, I think ALP is leaving. I think he got himself an AEW job when he had apparently had a match all the AEW people loved against Kyle Fletcher or something on Dynamite recently, which, you know, I didn't see it. So maybe it was the match of the year for all I know. I doubt it. But yeah, if he is being signed, I only have one thing to say. Thank you, Tony. Clap, 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 clap.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. It feels like the face run of ELP was a bomb. And if he does come back, I think he has to have a fresh angle, some kind of a new character, some kind of a change, because what he's been doing over the past 2 years hasn't been working. And I also get the sense he's also been working injured for quite a while too, which is why he's been so slow in those spots. So,
well, what I was gonna say. I can't remember what I was going to say now, actually. Something about... Oh, yeah. So, I think he might be one of the only people, because supposedly the story goes, he turned down a heel turn and joining the house a couple of years ago. He might be one of the only people where I think his career would have gone better if he joined the house, to be honest.
You know what? I have this theory that the house is where they stash people who are too injured to work a fast pace. Or just being punished, in the case of Ren Narita.
Yeah, but like I just don't. It's like he's not very good at being like a babyface. So no. I don't know. I think he would have. He was better as an annoying heel.
I don't know. Okay, there was something there with some of the God run. I thought he was pretty cool when God was turning face in general, but I've always had a higher opinion of like that part of the God run than anyone else. I kind of liked his tag team with I want to say Tongatala, but that's not his actual name. It's a joke name that WWE didn't even use.
Hikuleo.
Thank you, Hikuleo. I liked that team. I thought there was something there, but
yeah, it was all right.
He really it felt like once everyone left him, he couldn't find his spot again. I don't know. I look back on it more in sadness than anything else. Than I think a lot of people are looking back on it in relief, and I feel like there's an element of what could have been.
Yeah, that's fair. Then we had the IWGP Global Heavyweight title. Gabe Kidd beating Shota Umino. The actual match only went 8:48, but that's because there was a long free match brawl. So yeah, Umino fails in his V2, and Gabe becomes the 9th champion. I got spoiled on this before watching, although to me, even putting it as a semi-main was already kind of a spoiler. Like, it was pretty obvious he's going to win. Gabe's new entrance theme remix, first of all, the stupid Death Riders intro, is horrendous.
Yeah.
It's an enormous downgrade from his last theme, which kicked ass. I get it, it's like, oh, he's fucking mean man now. He's no longer the good white boy. But like, oh, you made the song sound horrible. So just not. I did find it funny too. Like, okay, he's trying to do the big Edgelord entrance, like flipping everybody off and cursing everybody out, and the Japanese crowd seemed to mostly just be like laughing and like enjoying it, which I thought was funny.
Well, they also wanted to welcome him back. I think he's still thought of well in Korakuen Hall, at least.
Yeah. Well, the Osaka crowd didn't really boo him either. I think they still don't want to dislike him, basically. I don't think they really care about the AEW shit. So
in some way, isn't that the essence of Gabe Kidd? He does the most dastardly, reckless, stupid, aggro shit, and he wants you to hate him, and you can't bring yourself to 100% do it.
Yeah.
And then he tries to work face, and then it gets really obnoxious.
Yeah. So Gabe drop kicked Marty Asami as soon as he got in the ring. He got in Tanahashi's face. Like, this, I don't know. This, like, the gimmick is cringe to me. Like, we get it, buddy. But one Shota came out to fight him right away, though. That was cool, and they fought up into the crowd. The match itself was awesome. As much as I think Gabe's character right now is very cringe, and he needs to fucking drop the "I am a fucking soldier" for this X promotion thing and like get a real personality. Once he started actually wrestling, I'm like, okay, this guy is still a great wrestler because the match itself was still awesome. Now, part of that is on Umino, who I think he's starting to approach like most underrated wrestler in Japanese wrestling at this point because, boy, did he took a fucking hell of an ass kicking here. But yeah, the match is fucking awesome. I did like Charlton, Chris Charlton, basically making fun of him, Gabe, I mean, for not even knowing if he's with Moxley or Finlay. Because it's like, yeah, I thought he was a dog now, not a Death Rider. Like, what is going on with that? I guess I don't watch their TV. Maybe it makes sense if you watch AEW TV. Someone can get in the Discord and tell me if it makes sense if you watch their TV. But he's not even on their TV anymore because he doesn't have a U.S. visa. So, anyway. Also, Mr. Tough Guy not being able to take his pants off over his boots was funny, too. But it did give Umino plenty of time to blade, though, and he did do a good blade job. But yeah, I guess to get back to complaining about the character stuff, like, I don't know what all this shit with Tana's leading to. Is just leading to Tana laying him out at one point, because obviously it's not leading to a match. So, I don't know.
Yeah, this whole match, while it was good in and of itself, and it felt like a great reestablishment of what Gabe Kidd's character is now going into the G1, this very much felt like part one of a much longer feud with Shota Umino.
Yeah.
And Umino is clearly...
And Tanahashi, apparently.
And Tanahashi in the process. It feels like Umino is clearly being set up to get his back, which, given the personal history between the two, which I guess is more or less public at this point, but I won't specify what it is, that's a little surprising. But I guess at this point, Shota's definitely earned it.
Also, who died and made you Tetsuya Naito throwing a white belt around? Gabriel.
Yeah.
Now, again...
I was more bothered by the Tana stuff, and Chris Charlton really like hammers it home in commentary as well, talking about how Tana called Gabe every day while he was in the mental hospital. Like, that shit is gut wrenching. Again, that's part of how I find Gabe Kidd like both repellent but also irresistible to watch. There's a level of like obnoxious mix of kayfabe and shoot in here that I should find repellent, but there's something about how Gabe Kidd executes it that feels soulful. Well, not soulful. I don't think that's the right term. It feels true to his worst self in a way that wrestlers can't really be, if you get what I'm saying. Even when they're heels, that he's just able to tap into something that feels true and ugly and makes for something really compelling to watch.
The crowd did give an enormous pop and a Shota chant when he lariated the shit out of Gabe right for the bell finally.
Hell, I loved that.
Actually fought the match, yeah. So in that
Oh,
sense, you can say this whole thing is working well to get the crowd behind Shota at least. And again, to give the devil his due, I thought Gabe did sell very well when Umino, like, he's doing all this, like, come on, pussy shit, like, where he's, like, beating him up in the corner. But then when Shota fired back, it's not like Gabe did not make him look good. Like, he did sell really well. So whatever
sells it
personal
like
issues
death,
my pet theory on this is they actually do not have a personal issue anymore, and they're just using it for the, Gabe's using it for the storyline.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but the way Gabe sold for him to me did not come off like a guy who like really hates this guy still. Like I think
I think an interesting contrast is their last G1 match, which was during when all that shit was coming out, and I remember watching it and thinking how Gabe Kidd had kind of changed his character up for that specific match into like this extremely cold professional who did a cold professional job putting away Shota, and Shota looked like he just had to go in there and eat some really nasty ass food for his own good.
Yeah. So this looked like I think they put, I mean, again, this is totally my speculation. I don't know. I don't have any fucking inside sources on this. I'm just based on what I watched in the match. I feel like they put aside whatever their differences were. And just, because I mean, he was selling for him way too much. Again, way more than he did in the match during the actual issue. But yeah, I thought it was a very good slugfest type of match. I enjoyed it a lot. There was one point where the ref kept checking on Gabe's shoulder, which he was selling like he re-injured it. He did a really convincing job of that, I thought. But it did turn out to be total bullshit. He jumped back up and lariated him. Then he hit the big pile driver for a 2 count. And again, I also like that only the ref was fooled by that. Like, Shota was not really fooled by that. Shota kept trying to go at him, and the fucking idiot ref kept pushing him back. Gabe pile drove him on the outside. He spit in Tana's face, and then he pile drove him again back in the ring. But he did a lazy cover, so Shota kicked out again. And then Gabe hit the Death Rider for the pin and the title. And again, as cringe as I find a lot of elements of this Gabe character, this match was fucking awesome. Like, what do you want me to tell you? People hitting each other very hard and Shota taking an ass whipping and everything. It's great. It's a great fucking match. It's like a 4.25 star match. It's an awesome match.
Yep.
Anything else you want to say about the match?
I mean, Gabe did a great job getting the crowd to fucking hate his guts.
Yeah.
Again,
Shota did a great job
one who really needs that too. Yeah, Shota did a great job being the hero.
Then we had, after the match, where Gabe throwing the belt down, Tana picked up and strapped around his waist. Gabe got in his face and then slapped him before taking the belt and throwing it on the ground again. I thought Chris Charlton commentary here was great, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Chris 100%. Charlton, he was like calling out basically the entire AEW promotion. He was like calling out Ospreay, because I guess Ospreay is technically a Death Rider still or whatever. He was basically like, Ospreay, is this what you want to see from your associate? Which I thought he was like, his righteous indignation I thought was really good. Like, when he gets into that, obviously it's gotten him in trouble before, but when he gets into that like rah New Japan mode, when he's like the voice of like the Western New Japan fan, that's when he does some of his best work. Because obviously it's coming from a very sincere place. I mean, this man, wrote entire books about the promotion and stuff. He obviously cares very deeply about it. So, and that kind of sincerity is not something you can fake even in professional wrestling. So
yeah, I know a lot of wrestling fans like to make fun of him because he is a almost embarrassingly nerdy guy. But I do really love Chris Charlton, and I deeply appreciate what he brings to commentary. And he does a great job doing solo cast on commentary as well. Once he was joined by Zane J, I thought the cast actually got worse because it wasn't just Chris Charlton just having to talk his way through it. He's very good at solo audio. Obviously great with Walker as well. But I'll have more to say later when we talk about the Tiger Mask retirement too, where I thought Chris Charlton really shone and was helpful to me.
The main event, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title, Yo defeated Francesco Akira in 26-38 with a direct drive to make his first defense. I don't really pay close attention to those pre-match hype videos, but at one point I look up and Yo and some older Japanese guy are naked besides a bow tie and and like a silver serving plate covering their genitals. I was like, what is going on here?
So what I picked up is that the name of the other guy, not Yo, who was covering his genitals with that serving plate, his name is Akira something, which I think is part of the link here. And I guess that is a trick he just does on Japanese variety television, that he can just flip that plate really fast, and you don't see his junk. And Yo tried to do it in the promotional video as well, but he wasn't able to do it as well. And then it turned out he was wearing the belt over his junk the whole time.
That was funny.
That was funny. That was a good visual
but
gag.
Akira actually used the metal plate on Yo, and
Yep.
then a young lion just at a 5-minute mark. That was pretty funny. Yeah, there was a part of the early stuff was not that interesting. Like there was this long chin lock from Akira that really was like, okay, please don't do long chin locks, guys. But Yo, I know some people hate the Yo wackiness, but I thought when he was like repeatedly taking a seat on Akira Okan style was funny, and Okan made it even funnier with his freak out about it.
Oh yeah.
So that was good. Also funny. So Zane J had been on commentary, and then actually no, I think it was Jacob Austin Young.
Oh, it might have been.
Yeah. So Jacob Austin Young had been on English commentary since the match started. Then he left, and then Callum Newman took his spot, but then said almost nothing before suddenly dropping a Chris, you're boring, and then standing up for like a minute. That was fucking funny.
That was so good.
Callum, you were fucking. That was really, really funny.
God, that should be the United Empire main event gimmick from now on, is they just rotate through the co-commentary booth and just tell Chris Charlton he's shit and then leave.
Like the fact that he did it literally after a minute was he never came back.
Look, he just couldn't stand the guy.
That was very funny. We got a powerbomb through a table from Akira, which did look brutal. His Yo's back was all cut up. But yeah, the closing stretch of this match was fucking great.
Yeah.
And the crowd was super into Yo as they've been throughout this whole run. And it was like the classic New Japan main event match where the whole closing run was so incredible. It makes you pretty much forget how boring the match was earlier. So, and again, the screaming Korakuen crowd always helps. It's so great that we get major matches at Korakuen. I know some people hate the junior title, especially being like the Korakuen title. But like, again, I feel like, not to get all I go to Japan on people, but like, once you've actually been in that building, if anything, it's even more special. And even when you come back home and watch it on TV, like, I don't know, there's really nothing like Korakuen Hall. Remember those cringe takes that were like, oh, Daly's place is the American Korakuen.
Oh yeah.
Like, first of all, sorry.
Oh, there's nothing like Korakuen Hall, like period.
Yeah. The closest actual thing is East Sevier Arena, but it still doesn't work.
Yeah. There's too much history that's tied to just the Japanese fighting scene in general, in a way that like no other venue could replicate. Definitely not in America where we're too spread out.
Yeah, it's just a very special building in a city where where half the fucking country lives in the metropolitan area, if you count Yokohama. And yeah, and the acoustics are perfect. The building is perfect, and it's too iconic. I mean, it's just, this building does elevate matches. I'm always happy when we get major matches there. But yeah, I mean, I know like the theme of this podcast is like, you should go to Japan, but you really should go to Japan. You should go to, like, if you're listening to this,
you forgot to mention the most important part of Korakuen Hall, though.
The chicken.
Fighter chicken, baby.
Fighter chicken. They were fucking sold out of. They were sold out of at my last show when I wanted to get it one more time.
That's a bummer.
The DDT Korakuen. Because I was like pretty late to get there because we had to check out of our last hotel first, and so I didn't really go until like halfway through the show. And yeah, but at that point they were sold out of the Fighter Chicken. I was very sad. It was a mad run on Fighter Chicken, I guess, because it's so good, Velky. But but yeah, Korakuen Hall is just special. It elevates matches like this, and Yo is super, super over there. So yeah, 4.25. It's fucking ruled.
Yeah. So here's a question for you to ponder. Don't have to give me an answer. Why is Yo successful at this goofy / serious gimmick, and Yume Aoyagi was not?
I don't know.
They
Yo's
feel
cuter.
like very similar characters.
I mean, Yo is definitely more attractive. I guess that's number one.
Okay, yeah, it helps when you're hot.
And also, like, he's a junior heavyweight, so maybe it works better with a junior.
Because you don't take them as seriously?
Well, they're not. They don't have to headline like the entire promotion, and there's like less. I feel like there's more leeway to be goofy, if that makes sense. Like Hiromu got away with it for a long time too, where he would be goofy but also like serious, and the crowd would be into it.
Mm.
I feel like there's just more leeway when you're a junior to do that. But yeah, good thing to ponder. Good thing to ponder. But yeah, pretty good show. I mean, really, you really don't need to watch anything besides the top two matches. But the top two matches are both awesome, so you should definitely watch them if you missed them. The next night was the Tiger Mask retirement event from Korakuen Hall, a crowd of 1,490, clearly sold out. Definitely. Now, see, I'm going to have a hard decision to make. Do I include this in my Korakuen tracker? Which Joe Lanza mentioned on the flagship plus recently, which I thought was cool.
Oh,
But he was
cool.
using my Korakuen tracker to like talk about how Noah's like fallen behind Stardom and All Japan at Korakuen. Because they at the end of June they finally this is the first time all year Noah does not have the highest average attendance at Korakuen.
Oh, average, not
they've-
just raw numbers.
Yeah,
Because I would
average,
assume
yeah.
Stardom gets it with how often they run the building, but
Yeah, this is because I do it's like I keep the averages because I think that's more interesting.
got it.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
Stardom through June 30th, so not counting these shows either. And again, I do a weird method. My methodology is I do not include anything interpromotional. So like Fantastica Mania wouldn't be included. And I don't include wrestler produced shows. Because I don't think either of those things give you a good indication of what the actual promotion is drawing.
Mm.
Now, that will be the question is, do I count this as a wrestler produced show?
Because it's a retirement show, basically. So
Yeah, I'm going to lean no, though, because it still feels close enough to an actual New Japan show.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know. I have until the end of the month to decide, I guess. So, but yeah, right now Stardom is in the lead at 1287 for 16 shows. Then All Japan 1276, 7 shows, just barely beating out Noah at 1274 for 11 shows. And then it's New Japan 1190 for 14 shows, Dragongate 1140 for 7 shows, and then Tokyo Joshi 1119 for 4 shows. Which Tokyo Joshi's average is trending up because they keep doing over 1,000 now. So. And their ticket sales look really strong for Summer Sun Princess in a couple
yeah,
weeks.
I think it was a really smart move to move Summer Sun Princess to Korakuen Hall instead of trying to have it in a bigger building.
Yeah, I mean they're really hot at Korakuen right now, so
Yep.
it makes sense. But yeah, like there's those are like the big hitters. I mean the ones that run more than one show and they're over 1,000. You have like Mari Gold at 821 through 7 shows. Obviously, they're all self-reported numbers because I don't really buy the Mari Gold or Dragon Gate numbers for anyway. You have BJW at 473 for 6 shows, Freedoms at 465 for 4 shows, and then Poor Wave at 344 for 2 shows. But yeah, I mean, and Joe was also talking about in the show how like Stardom and Tokyo Joshi are like 2 of the only promotions that are up in like attendance per show overall too. So, which makes sense. Like they do feel like the hottest promotions in Japan. So.
Wait, even over New Japan? Because I thought New Japan was very
New Japan's
up.
very yeah. His definition is like more than like 5 or 6%.
Oh,
basically.
I see.
Like because I think Stardom and Tokyo Joshi were I don't remember the exact numbers he was using, but I believe they were definitely both double digits. I think they were both over 20% up, which is crazy for Stardom, especially. Because Stardom was already up. Because Stardom was already up huge last year.
Yep.
So they're up huge over their big jump from last year too. And Tokyo Joshi is, Tokyo Joshi is up big from last year, which makes sense because they did their best Sumo Hall number ever, and they're doing their best numbers at Korakuen in forever.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean those promotions do feel really hot. The only promotions that are really down, by the way, are Dragongate and Glate, apparently. Those are the only ones. Those are the only ones that are really down based on their own reported numbers. Even Mari Gold is like flat apparently. which
Really?
I find hard to believe. I find it hard to believe, but that's what they're reporting.
I mean, they did very quickly lose the Mayu Iwatani bump, so I could see the year-over-year average.
Yeah,
Pretty quickly getting back to what they're
well, Mario and Mayu hadn't even showed up until May.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that makes sense, I guess. But anyway, I don't remember how we got in attendance. I guess because this show was sold out. Oh, because I was trying to decide if I should do this show in my attendance tracker or not. Anyway, which nobody on earth cares about but me, probably. But the opener of this Tiger Mask retirement show, Shota Umino, Yuji Nagata, and Satoshi Kojima, defeating Togi Makabe, Toru Yano, and Taisei Nakahara. Shota pinning Nakahara in 4:45 with the Boston Crab. Now, Umino came out. He had one tiny Band-Aid on his forehead, which I found really funny for some reason. It's like, look at the
I also thought that's not a good look, man. Just take the Band-Aid off.
Put an actual Band-Aid on your head. Don't look
Yes.
Like teeny tiny Band-Aid looks stupid, buddy. Like sometimes he makes really weird aesthetic decisions where I'm like, did you look in a mirror before you came out here?
Someone in TV Asahi needs to be.
It makes him likable to me, though.
No, someone at TV Asahi needs to be his personal fashion police. He has
okay, like as somebody who walks around with hair that looks ridiculous too, like he has like disaster like bisexual energy to me or something, so it makes him likable to me.
Not everyone who dresses like a slob is a disaster bisexual, John. Okay. Some people just aren't very good at it.
Wow, you just called me a slob. That's not nice.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I have a Stardom tracksuit, okay, which Taro Okada praised.
I'm more saying that I think Shota would really benefit, as much as people like fixated too much on like what his look was, especially after the disaster of the Tokyo Dome. I do think Shota could benefit from just a slightly tweaked look into something with a little bit more of an edge, or just a defined sense of fashion. If only because he's surrounded by a lot of wrestlers who do have a pretty good sense of presentation.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I did think I thought he did a good job looking suitably upset about how he lost his white belt to Gabe at first, but I would have skipped looking for a little kid in the crowd to do his goofy hand sign with, which the kid did not even look excited to do it, and the parent like pushed the kid forward, which was not good either.
Yeah.
But yeah, the kid. Speaking of kids, the young lion Nakahara, he wanted to start, and Makabe and Yano just literally flung him into Umino and sent them both to the floor so they could have their old man battle with Nagata and Kojima. That was fucking funny. But yeah, the match was a decent little bit of nostalgia. It was under 5 minutes, but 2 3/4. It was all right.
Yep.
Match 2 was United Empire, Jake Lee, Okan, Akira, JAY, and Jay, defeating Hiroki Goto, Yoshihashi, Yo, Taguchi, and Matsumoto. Lee pinning Matsumoto in 9:28 with the giant killing knee. Totally average stuff here. I will say that Jake's big knee for the finish looked really good at least, but other than that, a 2.5, nothing happened match.
You can cut and paste this comment I'm about to make to like the next 6 matches until we get to the Tiger Mask retirement, because these are all just, that was a perfectly serviceable little G1 preview. I appreciate Chris Charlton, by the way, now that the dates are released, making sure when 2 wrestlers were in the ring to say, hey, if you like this, tune in on this date when they're going to be facing each other in the G1 Climax. Good company, man, Chris Charlton.
Then we had Ren Narita, Sanada, Doki, Sho, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru beating Yuya, Taichi, Despi, Wato, and Yasuda. It was Sho pinning Yasuda in 9:20 with the shock arrow. Actually, no, I skipped a match.
You skipped, Aaron Wolf, Jado, and Oleg Bolton.
Oh, I think they don't have it on the website.
Oh, I have it here from Cage Match.
We praise Chris Charlton, and then he fucking screws us over with this by not having the right match on the English website. How fucking dare he? All right, well, let me just, since I already read that off, I'm just going to talk about that match. I don't want to read it a second time. So yeah, that was it. The house beating Hantai. Sanada had a digital signboard that said, "Bye bye Tiger Mask, see you next fucking time." That was funny.
Yep.
And then Despy pulled. So Sho's like doing his usual fucking hijinks, his Tokyo Hicks promo. And Despy like, pulls the mic out like through the cord, which was funny. And then Taichi hands him his obviously non-working mic, and Sho actually tries to talk into it. That was very funny.
And Sho tries. He's like, "Shit, how do you turn this on?" And Taichi's like, "You just don't know the trick, brother. Here, let me show you how does it."
The Taichi interaction with the former Just Five Guys, Kanemaru and Doki, was kind of fun. I still can't believe this man's not in the fucking G1. Such a fucking robbery. But yeah, I hate that the house needed to cheat to beat Young Lions, though. Like, one of my dumbest things in New Japan. In this case, it was Doki hitting Yasuda with the iron pipe before the finish. But match is okay, especially by house standards, like 2 3/4.
Well, I'm sorry, did you see how swole Yasuda has gotten, though?
Yeah, he's gotten swole.
Like, I don't blame them. I think you cheat just to be sure.
Okay, so going back one match, the one I just skipped. Let me see if they do have it on the. Oh, wait, no, do they have it on the Japanese site too? Maybe it's not Chris Charlton's fault then. I know they do have it on the Japanese site. Okay, back to throwing Chris under the bus. So this one was Aaron Wolf, Bolton Oleg, and Jado defeating Yuto Ice, Oscar, and Gato. It was Aaron Wolf tapping out Gato in 9:55. The hard cut to Gato just standing there in front of the curtain waiting for KOB to come out. Kind of jarring, but also kind of funny. Like when their music played. He was just standing there already. I was like, okay. I always get a kick out of Gato and Jado fighting. Especially now that Gato isn't even a heel anymore, but these two old fucks just still hate each other for no reason.
Gato remember this cheats outrageously.
Well, remember this was all over fucking Jay White tossing God out of the Bullet Club?
Yes, I do.
that's why they hate each other. It's like, okay. It's like, many things have happened since then. But they still hate each other.
Oh.
All the Wolf, Oscar, and Yuto Bolton exchanges were fun, heavy-hitting stuff. And there was like none of that weird awkwardness that like bordered on shooting that we saw during the New Japan Cup tour briefly between KOB and Wolf. So that's good, I guess. Maybe they're over that hazing shit or whatever. So this match ends with Gato repeatedly sending Wolf in the exposed corner while just yelling at him in English. He's like, "How you feeling? How you feeling, motherfucker?" I'm like, what the... Like, sir, what is going on here? Why do you hate Aaron Wolf so much?
40 fucking years in this biz. He doesn't give a shit.
But he gets caught by the ref trying to pin him with his feet on the ropes in the corner, and it gets taken down by the choke. Taken down by Wolf into the choke, I should say. But yeah, I thought this was a lot of fun on multiple levels. Definitely the highlight of the undercard. So 3 1/4. And then great brawl with Bolton and Yuto, too, afterward, building up to the match on the Japan opener in Sapporo. So.
Yep. I'm really looking forward to Oscar versus Wolf and, Bolton versus Yuto Ice. Those are going to be sick matches.
Match 5, to go back 2 matches forward now, since I already did the house one. So Unbound Company loses, actually. TMDK won. It was TMDK, Zack Sabre Jr., Ryoi Oiwa, Hartley Jackson, Kosei Fujita, beating Unbound, Tsuji, Shingo, Ishimori, and Daiki. Fujita beat Daiki in 10:09 with a bridging German. Yeah, very energetic here. I thought everybody got a little chance to shine. And the Tsuji Zach tease in particular was interesting since they're in opposite blocks. I was like, are they setting up a semi or even final again? Because they obviously have a lot of G1 history in recent years. So I'll have to say. So 3 1/4. Pretty good little match here.
Yeah, pretty good little match.
Then we get to the retirement stuff. So I didn't really rate any of this, honestly. Star rating. It didn't really seem like the point. But, the point was more the pageantry of it and everything. But Jushin Liger came out for Japanese commentary in his full outfit. New Japan's former ring announcer, Keiro Tanaka, returned for this. He looked a little bit rough, but apparently he barely survived a really difficult bout with COVID. He ended up in the ICU, apparently. So it's great. It's great that he's here with us at all, apparently. He could have died. So
yeah, he sounded kind of rough too. And I was like, oh, okay, I have heard this distinctive voice before in the archives, but clearly has not aged well. COVID explains it.
Yeah.
That's
so
sad.
We had 5-minute time limit exhibition matches. First, Tiger Mask versus the new Dynamite Kid, Tom Billington. I thought Charlton's commentary here, again, I feel like I'm putting him over a lot. I don't even think he listens. So, but he was, I thought it was amazing here, telling the story of the original Dynamite Kid, watching his old matches with Tiger Mask, who he could never beat, over and over again. I don't even know if that's true, but it's a great story either way. So, it's
Well,
wrestling,
that was the
it can be fake.
story that the current Tom Billington told Chris Charlton.
Well, supposedly.
Supposedly.
But yeah, decent little 5-minute draw, Then we had Black Tiger 4.
I don't know who this
out.
Tom Billington is, by the way. Do you?
He's the real one's
the current
nephew.
Dynamite Kid, I guess, but...
Well, he's the real one's nephew, apparently.
Oh,
I believe,
okay. I did pick that up from commentary, but okay, all right. Like Shoot Nephew, or this guy doesn't really look like me, so...
Well, he looks a lot like him.
Oh, he does? Okay. Huh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
I need to watch this original Dynamite Kid versus Tiger Mask match. I've never seen it.
It's a very famous match, yeah.
Okay. I'll make sure to watch
but
it.
yeah, then the second exhibition, Black Tiger 4, who's obviously Rocky Romero, makes that very clear. He runs out and attacks both guys and yells, "How do you like that, Korakuen?" Thought that was funny.
Hell yeah.
Billington paid him back, though. He knocked him down.
Yep, importantly before the bell, so that it wasn't cheating. He couldn't get called out for it, but he just evened the playing field and then went to Tiger Mask's corner, which I thought was a great touch.
Rocky tried to unmask Tiger in the corner. That was also a nice little touch because, like, Charlton gave us the history there where he lost his mask to Tiger Mask back in the day. I think 2009 in like a junior title mask match, I think. But yeah, Tiger hit a nice tope to the floor, especially for his age. The time expired with Black Tiger in control, so he demanded 5 more minutes, which was spoiled for me already by the cage match page. And Tiger Mask accepts and just hits the Tiger suplex and pins him. That was great.
that ruled. I loved that.
I did not see that coming at all. Again, like I said, star rating seems besides the point, but it was fun. And I kind of like the Tiger Mask did the Sting thing, decided to go out with a win. So it's fitting for his career. Actually, he was such like a dominant ace in the 2000s, especially. Did you ever watch him in the 2000s? I assume you haven't gone back and watched a lot of it.
I very rarely go back to watch old wrestling. So there's a lot of history going on here that I just had no context for.
What I was going to say is I never really liked him in the 2000s when he was a junior ace. I feel like that's a very common viewpoint among people who were watching back then. But when he became a grumpy old junior in the 2010s, I really liked him. So he became much more likable as an old guy. So yeah, go Tiger. Had a hell of a career. And I found out from Chris Charlton afterwards, I had no idea he was a diverticulitis survivor just like me.
Oh,
like,
really?
What a weird club we have. Me, Tiger Mask, Kenny Omega, Shane McMahon, Brock Lesnar, Akira Maeda, all diverticulitis survivors.
Damn.
So. But yeah, Black Tiger unmasked afterwards one more time and raised Tiger Mask's arm and handed him the mask. Billington raised both their arms as well. But then we had the actual ceremony. It kind of went on forever. Wrote down a lot of recapping of it, but the main thing is like, there were a lot of old people there. What do you want me to say? The funniest parts were like when Jinsei Shinzaki comes out, because they had a lot of overdub music, right?
Yeah.
Whatever, the overdub music for Jinsei was so loud and so funny because they basically found like, Sounds of the Buddhist Temple.mp3 or like, the traditional Asian sound CD for like a fucking, like a spa will play like in these fucking spas. Not even in Asia.
Didn't equalize it at all.
Yeah, it was just like all these like traditional like chanting and like, fucking jungle sounds in the background. Like, this is fucking funny. The other funniest thing is they played Fujinami's actual theme, and Jushin Liger was in the ring by that point, and Liger was fucking boogieing. He was getting that. He was getting down to Fujinami's funky ass theme. There were like a lot of outside. It is a great thing. There were a lot of outside people there too. There were like 2 AKB48 idols. Although were they former idols? Because they look kind of old for AKB48 idols to me.
Could be. I didn't know who they were.
Yeah, I'm not an AKB.
I did see how happy Tiger Mask was that they were there. That was the biggest grin he got all evening.
that horny old man. He was like, look at these two.
Oh, I mean, honestly, still would.
Yeah. Oh, Natsupoi liked my tweet.
Wow. Oh, congrats.
She likes a lot of tweets. So it's not anything that special, but but yeah, I just when I quote tweeted her and said she's winning the IWGP because so her latest training video with her like doing lifting more weights than I've ever lifted in my entire life, and which is very sad, but given how tiny she is. But she's very, very strong for how tiny she is too. But yeah, so it's like they're showing her doing all her lifting and her doing pull-ups. And the very end of the video is Shingo having her like start giving him the fucking Made in Japan, I think, or the Last of the Dragon, one of the two. They both look the same anyway.
Right.
And they don't pay it off though. They don't actually show us anything else. So like it zooms out at that point. So
that feels like a preview of the match, that she's going to use it in the match.
Yeah, that was my read too. Poi is winning the IWGP. The P in IWGP is going to stand for the Poi and Natsupoi.
So Maiden Poi?
Maiden Poi. Maiden Fairyland? Maiden Fairyland? I don't know.
Neither of those really work. Oh,
no. I mean, she's fucking Made in Japan too, I guess. You could just call it Made in Japan.
I feel
she doesn't have to change it. Like
she has to change the name though slightly as a nod. Right.
All these other people change the name. It's her country too.
That's true. I'm not disputing that. She is not Last of the Dragon though. She is Last of the Fairies, maybe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If it's Last of the Dragon, she has to change it. Then it's like Last of the Fairies or. Which, by the way, what a we have. Anyone ever talked about what a funny name that is for the move? Like he leaves Dragongate. He leaves Dragongate and he changes it to Last of the Dragon.
He doesn't change his nickname or anything about his gimmick. Yeah.
What do we change his nickname to? The Dragon.
Oh, I thought that was his nickname in Dragongate. No. Oh, I didn't know that. I told you I don't watch old wrestling.
When he shows up in New Japan, he changes his name to The Dragon, which again is like kind of like that's right. I'm the only thing. I don't really remember what his old nickname was, like Burning Rampage or something. I don't fucking.
Okay.
What the? I don't remember his Dragon Gate. It definitely wasn't The Dragon.
Huh. So, I thought that was a nickname he got in Dragon Gate. Okay, so that's my bad.
He's basically being like, I'm from Dragon Gate, and I'm the only one that matters. I'm the dragon. So it's kind of funny.
It's fair, actually.
Yeah. Anyway, the retirement stuff was cool. There are baseball people there too for some reason.
That was fun.
Yeah. The original Tiger Mask came out and they did the lockup. That was also really cool. The crowd loved that. But yeah, Tiger Mask's speech was cool. Cool retirement ceremony.
Yeah, it was deeply sentimental, which is what I want from a retirement ceremony.
Exactly.
Nothing's worse than a tragic retirement ceremony.
I will take happy. Like Saki Kashima's was more happy than anything, where she's like, her whole thing was like, I actually survived this insane career.
Yep.
As a tiny, skinny woman in Japanese wrestling. But when I never forget her bringing out Ishii and being like, I wanted to wrestle like him, but I didn't have the body for it. That's very funny. But.
Yep.
Anyway, hell of a little show here.
Yeah, you know what? I came away from both New Japan shows feeling like that was actually pretty entertaining, even if there weren't that many highlights. And I'm looking forward a little bit more to the G1 now.
Yeah, I know. When you said before this stuff wasn't good, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I like the New Japan and the Stardom.
Well, I said it was underwhelming.
Okay.
But we'll talk about that more later, I guess.
But yeah, so looking ahead to New Japan, obviously the big thing is this Saturday from beautiful Hoffman Estates, Illinois. I almost did the stupidest pronunciation of Illinois.
Folks, if you haven't been to Hoffman Estates, that is sarcasm that he's deploying there.
That they are deploying.
They are, God damn it, another dollar in the retired podcasters fund.
What is that? There's a retired podcaster fund. Like, okay. We don't get paid though, so why do we have a fund afterward? I guess that's the
No,
joke.
You don't get paid until you retire.
That's true. I do get paid a very small amount that doesn't even cover my monthly fee for Zencaster, so I'm still a net loser in the podcasting game. G1 Climax 36, night 1, which, by the way, if you get value out of this, every other fucking podcaster being smart and on the network plugs this at the start of their episode, which I never do, because I always feel stupid anyway, like asking for donations when I'm like going to Japan twice a year. But hey, if you get value out of this podcast and you want to like show appreciation financially, there is a donate button on the Wrestling Omakase page. You can go donate. So, If somebody donates me like $1,000, I'll even split it with the guests. So go ahead
Shit!
and give
Somebody
me-
donate $1,000 right now. Right now.
Yes, go be if you're like
I
one
just
of
had to
the
book hotels for my little road trip, and let me tell you, they were a lot more expensive than I thought they were going to be.
oh yeah, everything's expensive now in America.
It's true.
Like, welcome to this shitty country. Like, we're paying like $500 something for 2 nights at a Holiday Inn Express.
Yeah. Fuck us, right?
Yeah. But I mean, at least we're splitting it 3 ways, I guess. But and it's like a suite, right? Because it has like 2 actual queen beds, and then somebody gets a sofa bed, so no one actually has to sleep on the floor.
Quinn's getting the sofa bed.
Oh wow, you're throwing down on Quinlan, giving Quinlan the sofa bed. I do the exact same thing to him at Otakon.
Yeah.
So we have because we like
well, he
Nicole and I
hasn't
get
been working as hard as we have in the podcasting minds.
That is fucking true. That
Right?
really, really true. But yeah, no, because Nicole and I take the actual king bed in the Resident Sim suite, and then him and our other friend Felix get the sofa bed. So that's just how it works. I don't know why. Just probably because we booked the room. I don't know. Because actually, it's hard. Like, you know, it's kind of a bullshit reason with the Holiday Inn Express, but it actually is hard to book the Otakon room. Like, I have to be on the ball. Like, at the moment the room block opens.
Like famously, when I was trying to go to Otakon, that was the kind of thing where, like, I had friends who would give me a heads up that, hey, I heard a rumor that the rooms are going to be open on X date. Because they only announced it at the last minute, you know?
Yeah, I hate when they do that. Like, can you at least give me fucking some notice so I can be ready to book it? Because it's like the Hunger Games for these rooms now.
Yep.
I mean,
So
like,
it's that way for every convention now. There's
the room block
a board
opens
game
and they go in like
convention
5 minutes.
I loved going to in St. Louis. That was just a weekend of just...
I accidentally pressed my button on Natsupoi doing the pull-ups, which I did not mean to do. I was just trying to close it because it was playing like a loop, and it made like whatever.
I start talking about board games, and John's like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna watch Natsupoi do pull-ups again."
Look, I mean, it's pretty fucking great. What do you want me to tell you?
I mean, these are the things I miss now that I'm not on Twitter anymore.
Everybody knows listening to this podcast that, like, I might have a thing for strong women, so, you know. Watch Natsupoi do her pull-ups. But yeah, I mean, but Natsupoi, unfortunately for me, is very taken, so I think I lost that one. She has a thing for strong men, unfortunately. I am not. Neither.
It's not too late to put in some work and make that aspect of yourself a little better.
Yeah, I'm neither strong nor man, so I lose on both counts, really.
Well, you can do something about one of those things.
I don't want to be strong, though. It's not really my thing.
Oh,
like I'm not going to go do pull-ups. Natsupoi can undoubtedly do way more pull-ups than me. I think I've done 3 pull-ups in my entire life, and I probably did them all incorrectly.
So John Bevins and I are going to get you into the fucking gym. I'll tell you that much.
You're a gym person?
Up on you.
You're a gym person? I never knew that.
I wouldn't describe myself as a gym person, but yeah, I do go to the gym.
Okay. I mean, I ride a bike. That's about it. I do sit-ups, you know. It's not like I do nothing. But I've never really cared about upper body strength. So, like what am I going to do? Am I going to get in a fight? Like, what do I need to be strong
and lose.
For? Well, probably no matter what.
Not with that attitude.
Like, I am a lover, not a fighter. Really neither, but, you know. The
G1 Climax.
The G1 Climax. What I don't remember what the fuck we were talking about before.
So you were about to preview, I think, the Chicago card.
No. The first I wanted to say that fucking hotel room for 500 is great. Oh, you're talking about the board game thing. The hotel blocks for everything are crazy.
Yep, they are.
Because it took me like this other con I'm going to the first time is a Colossal Con out in the Poconos, which is like a big party con. Everybody wants to stay at the main convention hotel because it's also a water park. So like you stay at the con hotel, you also get the water park pass, and it's fucking like I don't know how I got the room. I had to get like 2 nights on one stay and then 2 nights on another stay, and they like couldn't combine them for me, which is annoying. But like, yeah, it's just really. You have to like open up this fucking thing, be ready the moment the blocks drop, and hope you get lucky on top of everything else. It's just like really ridiculous. So, but I need a board game convention. That's a thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. Like, what do? You just go there to play board games?
Yes,
I
that's what the convention is about. So like these are fairly popular. And there's even like conventions for specific genres of board games. Like if you've ever heard of 18xx, one of the few attractions, I guess I would say, in Des Moines is that they do have the national convention for 18xx games here in the suburbs of Des Moines. But that's always a good time if you like playing board games about railroads and crashing the stock market.
I've never been a board game person or like a D&D person. The only thing I ever played is like card games. Like I was a big Yu-Gi-Oh person as a kid, as like a teenager, and I haven't played in a long time. But have you never heard Tanto Kyurei?
Yes, I have. I've played it.
Yeah, it's fun. I should bring it with one of us. Should bring it with us.
I don't have it anymore, so you'll have to bring your copy. But then I'll have to go like get a copy of Dominion, because if you like Tanto Kyurei, you should play Dominion sometime.
Yeah, it's the same game, isn't it?
It's the same game, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. I also have Waifu Wars is really fun, which is like a Toho reskin of some famous card game I can't remember the name of now. But
that I haven't heard of.
It's very very niche. It's like it's a Toho card game made by some guy in Singapore, so it's very niche. But like the actual card game they reskinned, I think, is kind of famous. But it's like, I don't know, like all the cards have like a value of like 1 to 9 or 1 to 8 or something. And so I don't know, kind of reminds me of poker, honestly, like nerd poker, because you're like bluffing a lot. You're trying to figure out what the other people have, and you have to like literally guess what cards they have. Like I used to play it a lot. I haven't played in a long time. Maybe if I could find it, I could bring it with me. But you need 4 people to play it though. Well, we could rope in John Bivens.
Yeah, there we go.
Get him doing some nerd shit.
But if we have 4 people, like, why aren't we just playing Mahjong?
That's true too. But someone's gonna bring a giant Mahjong thing?
I don't have a Mahjong set, unfortunately.
I actually have a Mahjong set, but there's no way to get that on the plane.
Mahjong set. I will.
How the fuck am I gonna get that on the plane with me, buddy? I'm not even checking a bag. I'm not even checking a bag.
Well, take out some clothes. You don't need all that underwear.
If I can find my Waifu Wars and or my Tanto Kyurei, I'll bring that.
It's gonna be hot. Don't bring the whole Stardom kit. Come on.
Don't bring the whole Stardom kit.
The Stardom jacket and sweatpants.
It's called a tracksuit. How dare you?
Tracksuit.
I was gonna wear it because it's great for the plane, because they keep these planes kind of cool. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's too hot. I don't know.
Yeah, I guarantee you it is too hot.
I know. I wore it on the way back from Japan. I don't know. It was fine.
Yeah, but we're under a heat dome now.
That's true.
It's real rough.
I'm trying to figure out where the fuck my Waifu Wars would be. Where are my Waifu?
G1 Climax.
Even for us, this is an off.
I did not think we were going to spend 2 hours on New Japan, by which I mean an hour and a half on bullshit, maybe 30 minutes on New Japan, but here we are.
Like, people listen to this podcast.
I don't think they do. I think they say they do.
They actually do. They actually do. I don't know why they do, but they actually listen to this podcast. I don't really get it. G1 Climax 36. Yeah, let's go over the blocks first, I guess, before we get to the night one. So block A is Konosuke Takeshita, Hiroki Goto, Bolton Oleg, Yota Tsuji, Shingo Takagi, Jake Lee, Sanada, Redo Khan, Yuto Ice, and Ryohei Oiwa. Block B is Shota Umino, Yuya Uemura, Drilla Maloney, Zack Sabre Jr., Callum Newman, Ren Narita, Gabe Kidd, Hanare, Aaron Wolf, and Oscar. I think these are actually pretty balanced blocks. I don't really think either block looks like bad or anything. I don't know. I think some people seem to disagree, but I kind of like both blocks. I don't know.
No, I agree that these are balanced blocks. And it feels really tough, even if they didn't have the playoff system, which already obscures like who is likely to go through. Even without it, it's kind of tough looking at this, because it feels like a lot of people in each block have a pretty much equal chance.
I did my pick'ems for the Sport of Pro Wrestling, which I'll link that in the description. You can still enter up till Saturday. So I tried to be like very Gato brained with it and have a lot of people finish with around the same point total. Like my A block, I have like everybody with 8 points except the top 3. And then B block, I do have Hanari not doing well and Oscar not doing that well, but somebody had to in this block pretty much. But yeah, a lot of people at 10 in this block, besides the 2 are both at 12. But
Oh, you think Aaron Wolf is going to do better than Hanare?
yeah, I don't know. Maybe Wolf won't. Maybe won't. I have an 8 points, but maybe he won't do that well. I don't know. The tournament stage. So I have my A block winner as Takeshita with Tsuji runner up, so both at 12 points. And then my B block winner, same thing, both at 12 points. Yuya is the winner and Umino is the runner up. So I mean, this is kind of me wish casting the bracket I want to see, but I would love to see these 4 go to the semifinal. And I have Shota Umino beating Takeshita in the semis and Yuya Uemura beating Tsuji, which will give him a title shot probably, September, October. And then the final, I have Umino and Yuya, and I have Umino winning.
Umino winning. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you... So you brought up something there with Tsuji having a title defense in the fall, but would they stick to the current trend and instead have the G1 winner challenge in the next big show?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going back to the G1 winner challenge at Wrestle Kingdom. I think it's what I want them to do and what I think they might do. So
see, I don't want them to do that. I really like having the G1 winner challenge.
I liked it in theory. I liked it in theory, but it keeps making the actual Wrestle Kingdom title match not feel special to me.
I think there's more going on there than just that booking pattern, though. I think losing a lot of the big stars that they had carrying Wrestle Kingdom beforehand is the real problem there. I think the G1, especially this year, with how much the percentage of the field feels like it's like this new is all the new generation that we've been saying they're coming, and they're here now. This is their generation currently. It feels like this is going to be a huge opportunity for some people to establish themselves as stars. Like I'm looking at Yudo Ice, I think, has tremendous opportunities even if he doesn't do well in kayfabe. He can really make an impression. And I think matches like against Shingo Takagi and Hiroki Goto and obviously Yota Tsuji, I mentally have those circled as these could be huge highlights for this guy's career. And same with like Callum Newman, I think is consistent. I'm excited to see Gabe Kidd again. I'm excited to see Yuya Uemura. I'm excited for Drilla Maloney. I have never been excited for Drilla Maloney, but I'm kind of into his face turn over the past, 6 months or so, and I think it really works for him.
I agree. I just said I agree.
Yeah. And sorry, sometimes I just talk so much I just don't hear what the other person's saying. I
wouldn't know anything about that.
Anyway, and I'm super curious how Aaron Wolf's going to do. I think that while I don't think he'll do well in kayfabe, I think he has a lot of great opportunities here to prove a lot of people who are haters just wrong. He's going to shut up a lot of haters during this G1, I think. Maybe his moveset still won't have expanded too much beyond like judo throws and lariats and some submission sequences, but I kind of don't think the guy needs to. He's got a pretty impressive like presence and a pretty good sense already of building drama in a match. So, and he's going to be paired with a lot of terrific wrestlers. So, I'm really looking forward to that. Looking forward to Oscar shutting up some haters. We were talking about Oscar haters. I don't know. I keep looking at these blocks.
The Oscar haters are not going to get shut up because they don't even have a reason to hate him to begin with. He's going to continue.
I guess. I speculated earlier as to how I could see someone having that opinion, even though I think it's ignorant. But anyway, I don't know. It's weird because up until I started talking to you about this, even when I was filling out my bracket, was not excited about this G1. Feel a little better about it. now that I just talked myself through it. Anyway, my picks for each block. I'm going to go Yodosuji and Hiroki Goto in A block. Because of the Street Fighter tie-in. I think they push Goto a bit here. And maybe even give Goto a win over Suji in the process. And that's a future defense at some point. Maybe when the Street Fighter movie is out.
Sorry, what did you have at the semi? Oh, you had Goto beating Yodosuji at a semifinal?
Not as the semifinal, because they play across blocks in the semifinal, right?
Yeah.
But I think as part of block play, Goto might beat Suji, and it's Suji and Goto that get out of the block.
Got it.
And then out of B block, I'm just going to go Uemura and Umino. I think it's the time, but I think Maloney, really Zack Sabre Jr., and Callum Newman will make it close.
Yeah. I hope they just do Umino and Uemura. Like, just fucking do it already. But who do you have winning?
I feel like is actually the hardest one to pick. There's...
Yeah. Who do you have winning the G1?
I'm going to say Uemura.
All right.
I think that's... If they're... Okay, I'll put it this way. It's Uemura if they want the G1 winner to challenge at the Tokyo Dome. Because that would make a lot of sense to me as the Tokyo Dome match. Uemura versus Suji.
I just don't get any vibe that they're like building him for that. But I don't know.
But that's also what the G1 is for. Is to
that's fair.
Right. But also,
but I don't know. Umino feels like such a main character at the moment that's why I kind of feel.
Yeah.
Like that's.
I certainly wouldn't mind if it was Umino, but I think the thing is, I think he's going to be in the Gabe Kid vortex for a while, and that might even be something where he has to lose more before he wins it back at Wrestle Kingdom. Maybe not even against Kid.
No. You're right. That could be it.
Which I think to some degree they're just being cautious with him, just because of how badly the Tokyo Dome went. So
please don't give do Umino and Moxley. I don't really want to watch that match in person.
Oh, at Wrestle Kingdom?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Moxley definitely left a bad taste in New Japan fans' mouth from his run. So.
Oh, you know what? Do you know what I realized I forgot to mention as an off-topic thing at the start? fucking America lost. Fucking America lost in the World Cup yesterday.
Yeah, I know. I watched it.
They got embarrassed.
They got really embarrassed.
Awesome. That was awesome.
I was crushed, after but thank you. I appreciate your sympathy.
Oh, come on. You were still cheering for them after the fucking pedophile tried to put his thumb on the fucking scale?
I've been a soccer fan for years. I was a fan well before Donald Trump was. So fuck him.
I'm not. I shouldn't taunt you that. I'm sorry. I just also hate America a lot.
Look, I watched them lose to Trinidad and Tobago. I have seen the absolute low points of the U.S. men's national team. This one actually hurt more just because the expectations were higher.
Yeah, I don't root for America in like anything, especially men's teams. I don't really care about rooting for the women's teams, but I never root for my own country in anything men's related. So it's just I'm annoying contrarian. But look, my team got knocked out in the fucking round of 32. So
I'm assuming that's Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Japan had a really good run, and that game against Brazil was pretty great. So they showed up much better. I think part of why I'm a little bitter about how the U.S. men's team went out is they went out like absolute punks. They got completely showed up. And that was not what I thought the team was. I thought if they lost, they'd go out like Japan or Cape Verde did. No, that's not what happened.
The empty net goal was really funny.
That was pathetic. I felt my stomach turn when I watched that happen in real time. That was genuinely sickening.
I see. Like I was cackling, and poor Arametha was wanting to throw up.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the U.S. men's national team experience. The lesson we are all taking from this is Trump curses whatever he touches. If he hadn't begged FIFA to rescind the red card for Balaga, none of this would have happened, and the U.S. men's team would have advanced. That's just actual scientific fact.
I love the one that was like, what is the name of the FIFA guy? Valentino or something?
Infantino, yeah.
Infantino, thank you. It was just like Infantino colon, and then it was like a giant picture of like no refunds. You know? Like, we do not offer money back guarantees on your bribes, sir. So
The Trump curse is real, folks.
I know the only game the Knicks lost in like fucking 3 months was when he showed his fucking pedophile ass up there.
Yep.
Anyway, I mean, there's no way we have any Trump supporting listeners, especially at this point. Maybe, although I guess, you know, I of all people know masochism is real, so who the fuck knows? Maybe they just like to listen to this for some reason to feel bad. Who knows? What were we talking about? The G1 opener. The G1 opener from beautiful Hoffman Estates opens up with Aaron Wolf versus Hinare. That actually is one of the Hinare matches I'm most interested in seeing, which is, you know, there's not that many of them because I'm not a huge Hinare fan. So yeah, that could be a really cool opener, especially if they go like 10 minutes and they just throw each other around. Two big dudes throwing each other around.
And if Hinare gets the win, that's going to put him in the never scene again. So then you get to look forward to him issuing a challenge for a show in the fall.
Yeah, he probably will win. So then match 2 is Shingo Takagi versus Jake Lee. I know a lot of the I don't know what I would say, less like invested in the current New Japan generation people were upset that this is Shingo's opponent, but you know, it's Shingo might look, there's a lot of lore here with Shingo versus. It's one way to put it, right? There's a lot of lore.
It is up to Jake Lee to defeat racism. Good luck, Jake Lee.
But I can't hate Shingo because he has like the most adorable wife now.
Oh, I mean, it's funny. Shingo, I'm like almost inclined to make excuses for, like your embarrassing uncle, where it's like, I mean, I know he says some really rough shit, and it's difficult to listen to, but he got me through a hard time, so we just have to, you know, be very gentle with him, that kind of thing.
Yeah, or now you could say Shingo and Poi is that meme image of like the girl trying to tell you about a salon article, and she's married to the most racist man alive. Like,
oh yeah, I've seen that meme. Yeah.
Match number 3, Oscar versus Ren Narita. Look, Ren Narita had to face somebody, I guess. Whatever. I mean,
okay, that is a match that's probably not going to do Oscar any favors if his daughters are watching it. So
I will be investigating the on-site booze options during that match, I'm sure.
I mean, I'll be contrarian. I still think Ren Narita is a good wrestler. He can be a good wrestler. I just think he continues to be punished to a degree that is
punished. Punished Ren Narita.
Punished Ren Narita. He is punished Ren Narita. And God, it's a bummer watching him work because unlike everyone else, I believe he can do better. Oh well.
Match 4, Yuto Ice versus Great Khan. Again, I'm not a huge Great Khan fan, especially these days, but you know, if Yuto Ice can get something out of him, I'm sure.
I think this is a fun matchup. I actually like Great Khan as part of a heel stable. I think he's a much more colorful and interesting character when he gets to work really heel. And I
find him kind of boring as a heel.
Really? Even when he's doing that fun shit with like the Yo match, when he's getting really mad at Yo?
Okay, so he's funny as a clown.
Yes.
But like when he's actually just like trying to be a badass or whatever, and he was like, I just find him very boring.
So here's the thing. I think he is a clown and a badass at the same time. That's the essence of Okan.
Yeah.
He is a mixed martial arts nerd who could twist anyone into a pretzel 6 ways it's a Sunday. And he has strong opinions about waifus.
That is true. It's very. See, maybe I don't like him because I see myself too much there. Like...
I think that explains a lot of wrestling fan attitudes to a lot of different wrestlers. I've told you that theory before, right? That wrestling fans hate wrestlers who look like they belong in the audience, not on the stage.
Yeah, that is true. Then we have Shota Umino versus Zack Sabre Jr. Weird placement here. This screams them trying to be too fucking Ameriresu brain. We're like, oh, we can't just have a card that builds. Got to have peaks and valleys for the Americans. Because this
Sorry,
should
what
be
was
the
the match
semi-main.
again?
This is Shota Umino versus Zack Sabre Jr.
And it's 4th from the top?
No, it's like fucking 5th from the top.
5th?
Yeah.
That feels like a pre-intermission match, is what it feels like to me. So,
But they don't do intermissions.
oh, really? Then
I mean, not unless they fucking change how they've been doing every fucking show.
I'm trying to remember if they have done intermissions at Windy City Riot. I can't remember now.
I don't think they do.
Anyway, that should be an awesome match if it gets the time.
Yeah, I mean, everybody remembers the Tokyo Dome match sucking, but like they had such a better match of the G1 last year to make up for it. So one of my favorite
Better match
matches
in the
was
G1. All the preview matches were good. All the matches afterwards were good. It's that one match, and then sadly, it's the most important match.
Yeah. Hiroki Goto versus Sonata. I'm gonna bravely say I think this will be good. I think Sonata is better than people give him credit for in general, but he looked fine since coming back. I'm gonna say this is gonna be good.
Tough to say. I like them both, even though Sonata, yes, works like a dog nowadays. He's at least a funny dog with a good sense of fashion.
I liked his match against Takeshita.
Yeah, I did too. But that was also him working hard at the start as part of a story that he was telling, right? And now he's back to full House of Torture Sonata.
Yeah.
So that doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to be working a high-level pace for the whole tournament, like when he was champion. Champion Sonata,
I don't know, last year I thought he weirdly joined the house and then worked harder.
Man, I don't remember it panning out like that, but maybe you're right. You take notes, I don't. I forget this shit the moment we stop recording.
The top three, though, all look really good. First of all, the rematch of an awesome New Japan Cup final, Yuya Uemura versus Callum Newman.
Hell yeah.
Bolton Oleg versus Ryohei Oiwa at a big boy battle.
Yes.
And then rematch of my New Japan match of the year so far. I believe my male match of the year, period. Konosuke Takeshita versus Yota Tsuji.
I can't believe I get to see that match twice in person. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's really cool.
Oh, it is going to hit so hard when Yota Tsuji gets Takeshita in the Boston Crab late in the match. And you're thinking, oh, shit, here it comes again.
We're pretty cool getting to see this match in person twice. How many people in that building do you think saw it twice in person?
I am surprised Oiwa is working the semi-main, but I think he's going to get over so hard with Americans if they don't know who he is. Easy,
I don't know.
I think
it's going to be a pretty hardcore crowd based on the ticket sales. I don't think there's going to be any problem.
Yeah, and I think people underestimate how hardcore the Chicago crowd is. I remember being surprised at what people were reacting to at some of the Windy Riot shows, and it's like, oh, they do watch the product. This isn't just an AEW crowd.
Well, the Trenton crowd was like 50-50. Like half the people there were clearly just AEW fans. Half the people there thought the Knockout Brothers were awesome. Like they just got back, so they're clearly watching. Like they're I don't know. They were New Japan fans still in the West. Like don't let people tell you there isn't. But yeah, Takeshi Tsuji, awesome match. Gonna be happy to see it twice in person. And yeah, I'm excited. We're going to the G1 opener, the Grade 1 Climax. I'm going to clap, get into it.
Hell yeah.
I'm happy for it.
You've got your This Is Awesome chants ready.
Oh, no, I don't. I will not do the chant. I will do Japanese style calls only. I don't care if nobody else does them.
Oh, you're not going to do the wave, John? You're not going to do the wave?
I'll chant for the wrestlers, too. If people want to chant for wrestlers, it's fine. But I will not do This Is Awesome. I will not do This Is Wrestling.
Also, remember, we're going to be in our glass tower, right? Out in the suites, way above the crowd, in our ivory tower made of glass, to hammer home the metaphor.
Yeah. We're gonna look down at the assembled masses Like put our noses up.
We'll have our little pinkies out as we're holding cocktails.
Little pinkies out. Pinkies up. We'll be full of barbecue from Chris Sampson's house. We'll have gone to round one. I don't know. There's a party the night before too. That's cool. I moved my flight up. I spent miles to go to Damon's party early. So
nice.
Yeah. Anyway, because I was like originally going to land like 7:00, and this party is like 6, I think, at that bar or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, by the time I get out of the airport and check in and everything, it'll be like 8:00 or something, or 8:30.
And you would have missed most of it. I think it's the right idea for sure. We need time to get to the hotel, settle ourselves, clean up a bit, and then head out. So I'm glad you moved that up.
I moved up to like 4:30, I think.
Yep.
Which means I have to take a half day, but whatever. Not a big deal. And I could just try to work through it, but also I want to enjoy the Delta Sky Club. So don't want to be working. I work such a difficult job, so just sarcasm. Although some days it feels like it actually. Shouldn't sell myself too short. What was? I guess that's it. New Japan talk. We did 2 hours and 13 minutes, of course, all on New Japan, nothing else. So
you do not get coverage of New Japan like this anywhere else on the Voices of Wrestling podcasting network. Nobody spends 2 full hours definitely only discussing New Japan in great depth and detail. Nobody does it like us. Definitely do not investigate the Super J-Cast. They're not doing this as well. And talking about nonsense just as frequently as we do.
They talk about plenty of nonsense. They can't look their noses down on me.
We haven't done a detailed pornography review yet, so we've got that on them, or they've got that on us actually. So, John, we'll need to schedule out some time in a future episode.
I don't know if people are going to believe this. I'm not a big porn person.
Oh, really? No, I don't believe that.
I swear. I cross my heart. I'm not a porn person at all. I swear to God. Look, I have you want to look at it like this, I have very unique interests, and I'm sure they're out there in like the porn world, but like I'm not a porn person. I'm just, what do you want me to tell you?
It's going to be so difficult to transition this conversation from porn to stardom with any. I know we're
doing like the worst.
You fucked it up, John.
I fucked it up. You're the one who brought up porn. Porn reviews.
You're the host. You're supposed to stop these things from happening.
That's true. All I was going to say was I am a what is the word, sapphic, right? Or the people who like imagine things more than need visuals. Is that the word I'm looking for?
I don't know. No, this is not a concept I'm familiar with personally.
Like sapphic. I could have sworn that's the topic.
Maybe I thought sapphic was like a gay lady thing, but what do I know?
Sapphic isn't. Oh, you're right. It's an umbrella term describing women or non-bi individuals who are attracted to women. Well, I'm a non-bi individual attracted to women, so that already works for me. But no, that's not what I'm thinking of. Then, like, there's a word for like people who are much more like about their own imaginations when it comes to like this. Like, I'm much more of like a story person than like a watching porn person.
Oh, so you read fan fiction? Got it.
Yeah. I am like one of those people. I'm not like are you a watching porn person, Arametha?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm not looking down on the porn watchers. This has never been my thing. But anyway, from that, we do have to transition into Stardom, which is starting.
Just going straight in.
June 30th. What do you want me to do? I don't know. Do you want me to talk about the blue?
Is there a transitional topic between porn and Stardom?
The Blue Jays suck. I don't know. They just started another game. Ernie Clement got a leadoff single against the Giants after they lost 11-1 yesterday. Maybe they can actually do something.
The Royals are also terrible. We haven't talked about baseball in quite a while, but the Royals are not historically bad. They've had worse seasons, but this was one where, again, the gap between expectations and actual reality are massive, and they are deep, deep disappointments. I haven't watched them in weeks.
Why would you need another? This is why I didn't even think that sapphic term. Like, why? That's a weird extra term for lesbian. Like, aren't you already describing lesbians? Like, I don't know. Why do you need sapphic? It's weird.
Are you asking me or
Well, as an expert in the subject, you watch porn. I assume you watch lots of lesbian
how
porn.
would how would watching lesbian porn make me an expert in what a sapphic is?
I don't know. How would it not make you an expert in what a sapphic is?
My brain
Got
hurts.
you
Let's just
there.
talk about Stardom.
All right. Stardom Nighter in Korakuen, Tuesday, June 30th, in front of a fucking full house of 1,487 people on a Tuesday night with a fucking card that was basically just one match. So, yeah, promotion's very hot. Hot promotion. Opened up with a 10-woman tag, which was the team of Godzai, Shuri, Amisore, Hina, Lady C, and Kyoko Katatsu, beating the team of why the fuck am I not finding my notes? Here we go. The team of Hate, Natsuko Tora, Momo Watanabe, Raka, Azusa Inaba, and Fukigen. It was Lady C pinning Fukigen in 8:24. Good little opener. Nothing that blew me away or anything. It's nice to see Lady winning falls now instead of dropping them all the time too. But yeah, 3 stars. Perfectly fine. Gentlewoman's 3 stuff.
Yep, I have nothing to say about this. Moving on.
Did you see Tomika Inaba fucking bury her own sister in an interview recently and revealed so the exact quote that they translated was something like, my sister might look like she has her life together, but she actually does not. And then said she has to like call her on the phone to wake her up every morning to give her wake up calls because otherwise she
Damn.
wouldn't wake up when she has matches. Like, way to call out your own sister like that, lady.
And,
Like,
and that's the younger sister doing that too. Damn.
No, it's Tomika doing it to the younger.
Oh, Tomika doing it to Azusa.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Honestly, that was my impression of the two of them to start with. That Tomika's the straight A student, and Azusa is a slouch. But also, Azusa's playing the heels, so of course I would think that.
Well, apparently it's true to life because she doesn't want to wake up in the morning, according to Tomika. So
the one that would shock me is if it turned out that, like, well, I don't know if shock is the right term, but Rina is the most studious of the 3 sisters.
There's no way.
And it's like Hina is the one that actually is a slouch, and Hanan is like just kind of skating by.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah,
I Rina, the link when like Hina has kind of teased that Rina is kind of a baby in real life, besides being but behind the.
Yeah, she's like a full 2 seconds younger than her, so she's the baby.
Yeah, well, like she's like she talks about how she pouts at home and like fucking throws tantrums and stuff. Or like, that works for a heel actually, so that's fine.
But you get so much good dirt on your wrestling opponents when you're siblings, don't you?
Yeah, but
Makes promos so easy.
Hina did reveal that like in one of the interviews, it's like, oh, Rina will throw these hissy fits and stuff. And like Hina's like just presenting herself as the mature one. Very very funny. Second match of the show: Rina Yamashita, Itsuki Aoki, and Akira Kuragane from Mibita Loca defeating the Ito Respect Gundan, Maki Ito, Kikyo Furusawa, and Rion. It was Akira pinning Kikyo not Akira, sorry, Aoki pinning Kikyo in 10:26. First of all, if people haven't seen, again, I don't know if you said this because you're off Twitter now, the Twitter like videos of the 3 of them like catching people in their fucking net, trying to get people around the Bushiroad office to make them an official unit was so fucking funny.
Yep.
So very entertaining.
I not only have seen those, I posted some of them in the VOW channel. So the Reddit does keep me in the loop on those. So,
by the way, we just had the most 2026 Blue Jays top of the first in history. Leadoff single, walk, 2 men on, nobody out. Vladdy grounds a double play, and then Okamoto grounds out, so no run scored. The first 2 on, nobody out. I'm like, okay, it's the entire season. It's like I could just watch this inning on repeat. That's the whole fucking season. So
now I don't know if we're going to talk about it later, but I did watch the first round of the 5-star qualifiers. I saw the
Saturday show, but not the Sunday.
Okay, definitely watch the Sunday show. That's the one with Kikyo and Ane.
Yeah.
Definitely watch that. That's a very good match.
Well, I was gonna say the Saturday show. If you only watched the qualifier, it has an awesome fucking Suriano versus Xena match.
Oh
Like that was
shit! Really?
that's a fucking 4-star match. That match was
Okay.
so great. I mean, I know I'm obviously the fucking Sayori Ultra, but still, like they beat the shit out of each other. It's just really great match. Like Xena chops the fucking shit out of Sayori. Sayori, they drop each other their head. Like they do all sorts of shit where I'm like, okay, they're only doing this because Xena's leaving. But it's like not a house show level match at all. Like it's an awesome fucking match.
Shit. Okay. I will try and watch that. What I wanted to build to though is that it looks like the Ito Respect Gundan has gotten some respect because they have a banner in the background now on those house shows.
Yeah, but still not one of the official ones.
Oh, okay.
It's still like one they made themselves because it's all in.
But at least they don't have to put up one of their shirts now in place of a banner, which was a great visual gag.
Yeah. But I think they've had that unofficial banner for a few shows now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's super new.
All right. Well, the terrorism will continue, Okada, until what you do what the terrorists want.
Exactly. That's how.
And
this
I
works.
suggest you cave. That's how terrorism works.
Aoki yelling at Makito to shut up when she copied her Yoroshiku Onegai. She must like loud yell for the bell. Very funny in like this understated sort of way. She's like, you know what? When I do it, it's fine, but when you do it, it's annoying. That was funny.
That's Ito right there.
Aoki pinned Rion to win another good little undercard tag. 3 stars. It was fine.
Yep, it was fine.
Match number 3 was the team of Hanan, Saya Ida, Xena, and Hanako beating the Neo Genesis team of Azumi, Miyu Amasaki, Mei Sierra, and Emma Maishima. Xena pinned Emma in 9 minutes and 4 seconds with a German suplex hold. There's a little bit of a step up in the first 2 matches. So Neo Genesis is just such a fun team that it always elevates their multi-woman tags. And afterwards, Hanako challenged Zero Knee Line. So she and Micah, who's still back in the U.S., will face them back here at Korakuen in a few days. Tomorrow, actually, July 8th. So that's also the date
that's
of
when
Xena's last
that
match.
Korakuen is? God, that's so much sooner than I thought.
Yeah, we can talk. I guess we can talk about it when we record about the New Japan show, but I'm not going to take like detailed notes or anything. We'll just talk, talk about it a little.
I have to remember to bring my laptop then while I'm traveling to watch it.
This weekend, I mean. 3 1/4 though. Pretty good little match here.
All right.
Match 4 was a team of Hazuki, Koguma, and Fuwa-chan beating Saya Kamatani, Konami, and Natsuka Tora. It was Hazuki beating Konami in 10 minutes and 1 second. So Tora had to work double duty. B. Priestley sustained an injury over the weekend. I'm not sure which of these 2 matches was the one she wasn't originally scheduled for. It might have been this one. I don't really know though.
Yeah, I think this was the one she wasn't originally scheduled for.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be B. Priestley originally. That makes sense. Her actually playing along for half a second, like she might actually want to do the Kuma nonsense with Koguma, just to like crack her right in the mouth instead, was very insanely funny. Just very great. Tora has underrated comedic timing sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And then she like screamed like she was being murdered for Koguma doing the forcible Kuma to her right after on the mat. Just great little moments for Tora here.
Oh, the part that got me was Tora selling like she was dead after the hold ended, just dead from embarrassment. It could have been pinned immediately if Koguma cared to do it. It was really good.
So this time it was Saya-sama who screwed up. She accidentally dropkicked Konami and caused her to get crucifixed by Hazuki. So that little story continues. She ended up storming out alone without the rest of the group.
So
but yeah, fun little 3 1/4 star undercard tag with some more storyline progression. So
where is this going then? Because at first I thought it was just turning Momo face, but then if it's Saya fucking up in this place, I don't know. Maybe it's Saya Kamatani turning face, but it feels like her hate persona is just too well known to kick her out of hate,
I agree. I think it's still going to be Momo.
Okay.
But we'll see. Then we had they could just kick her out and also just keep her in the black or something, but I think that would be that'd be very Shun Skywalker-esque. It's a hard like, hard rope to walk, I guess. So, future Stardom title match. It was Rana Yagami defeating Matori Hamabe in 10:47 to make her 6th defense. So the crowd got pretty behind Matori, as you'd expect. She got this really cool at one point, like spinning Rana takedown straight into a cross arm breaker. That looks so cool, so unique. like almost like from a Rana position, but not quite a Rana. Basically, a little hard to describe it. It was really really cool spot. And she also got this series of rolling arm bars before Rana just finally put her away with the grounded stretch, the tie rock, I think it's called. But a lot of fun. Matoy looks spunky as she almost always does. She's my favorite rookie. Great rookie. 3.5 stars. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, this is about the most I've appreciated Matoy, who is not one of the rookies who's really connected with me.
How dare you?
I don't know. She just never stuck out to me in the tag matches. But I did enjoy her singles work here. And of course, Rana reminded me why she's the one I'm the most annoyed at, that she doesn't get to do the 5-star this year. I feel like she's a terrific singles wrestler and would really benefit from doing the grind.
Yeah, she's gotten so much better since she won the Future title. Like, I'm so into her now.
Yeah.
Like, she's such a cool persona. Her whole, like, princely thing.
Cool persona.
Yeah, it's really...
Good style of fast wrestling that you would not describe as high speed, but really fits the Future of Stardom title.
Yeah. Then we had the Cosmic Angels Ane Kanaya final selection match. So it was the old school Angels against the new school Angels, basically. So it's Natsupoi, Shiori Ano, and Yuta Mizumori beating Aya Sakura, Saga Kurara, and Ane Kanaya. Poi beat Kanaya in 1843 at the Fairy Ring. So Ane got to show a lot of fire in this match, specifically when leading up to the 5-minute call. She took what's basically like this mocking series of slaps from Yutamon and like fired up really well with her own slaps in response. There was this really good back and forth no-sell sequence from Aya and Shiori not long after that. There's just few people in wrestling better at getting dropped on their heads than Suriano, and she showed it again here. Then we got this extended Poi-Ane exchange with some really hard forearms to the chest out of Poi especially, but Ane was doing a good job staying with her. But yeah, it became a question of whether or not Poi could put Ane away before the 20-minute time limit expired, which she of course did. Awesome match though. I always love the Kozan versus the Kozan stuff. It always rules. So 4 stars for this for me. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, this was a great Cosmic Angels party. Ain't no party like a Cosmic Angels party.
Indeed.
What did you make of the post-match?
So we had a tearful Ane Kanaya getting inducted in the unit. Poi asked Aya Sakura to lead them officially, and Aya decided instead to step up and become captain, which apparently is different. But I guess the idea is they're going to talk step out as a group more in general, which also is a payoff to the whole Sayaka putting them on the line by herself thing. Sayaka, they're basically doing a thing where Sayaka is like the center. She keeps saying it's going to be the center in general. It's a very idle concept. And Aya is the captain. So they're kind of giving them both something to do. But it is clear that they're basically saying that the new guard is in charge now, like not Shiori and Poi.
Yeah.
Which does make me, always makes you put up your... Are people going to retire soon? Fucking, worry hats. I mean, Poi especially with the, with the marriage and everything and saying she wants kids. But Shiori, she's not a spring chicken either, unfortunately. So you never really know. But I mean, I did like the post match with Sakura leading them in a roll call was very cute. And when they went backstage afterwards and they basically told Aya that since she's captain, she can work hard and wash all their clothing. And I was like, is this a good thing? I don't know. That was funny. But yeah, I mean, it's clear that they're trying to position Aya and Sayaka as the stars of the unit. And it makes sense because they're very popular, Yeah. But, I mean, I guess we'll see how it goes. But I love Ane being added to this unit. I mean, she looks like a cosmic angel. I mean, everybody called that from day one. But like, they always put all the cutest wrestlers in this unit, basically. And she is very cute. But, it's a cool unit. It's a cool everything. I just hope not Poi and Siri aren't leaving us soon. Please God.
I have just mentally accepted that Sayori and Natsupoi aren't going to be here about this time next year.
No, don't say that.
That's just my feeling. Just partly based on things like this. So.
And if Sayori could stick around, at least I'd be okay with it. Because at least like Poi wants to go get married. I mean, she's married. Go have kids. I get it. What the fuck is Sayori going to go do?
So I do have a pitch.
Wow, I don't know that
Marigold.
I don't love it.
But she would know like a lot of the people there still as ex-actress girls. And if she felt like she's done about all she can in Stardom, and she's up for a new challenge, which Saori now does kind of strike me as the kind of wrestler who would think that way. That might be what she would be up for next, or maybe another freelance run, but she's done that for a while, so...
Yeah, I mean, she's such a weird lady. I guess you can't really rule it out. And if they actually would make her champion, that'd be really cool. But I don't know. I don't really want her to leave Stardom.
No, I don't either, to be clear.
Be better than her retiring, though, obviously.
Better than her retiring, I agree. We are spoiled with how long really good Joshi wrestlers get to continue wrestling. This was not the case for the majority of Joshi wrestling history. We are living in a very unique time, on top of just being Americans who are able to watch this in near real time. Yeah,
very true. Being Americans who travel overseas to see them wrestle. I mean,
yep. Not a thing that was done until very recently, probably.
Yeah. Main event, World of Stardom title. Suzu Suzuki beat Utami Yashishita in 1751 with a German suplex hold to make her first defense. I did find the opening portion of this match a little boring, I will say. Oh, the JC's hit a 3-run home run. Let's fucking go. Finally something. Anyway. I'm sure they're going to lose this game still anyway, because that's what they do lately. But something.
I'm feeling left out. I'm going to start seeing if the Royals are on.
But yeah, I found the opening portion of this match a little boring. The beatdown first by Utami and then by Suzu on the floor both felt a little meandering to me, and they went on for a little bit longer. But once they were back in the ring trading forearms, things really picked up from there. And Utami took over, got a very nice sleeper takedown at one point, just really snapped her over hard, and that led into an air raid crash for a 2 count. And, you know, I thought once they got past the brawling, the match was really good. The closing stretch was really great. Utami just started tossing Suzu around the ring. Really looked like she had her put away around the 15-minute call. But Suzu escaped this attempt at the spinning crucifix bomb and hit this great reverse run out of nowhere for a near fall. Then she hit 2 straight kicks to her kneeling head for Utami blocked the third one, and then hit this big lariat after standing right back up. One little critique is it felt like Utami almost forgot to kick out the tequila shot right after that. The ref almost had to cover it for her, but it didn't look that bad, so whatever.
See, that looked to me more like Daichi fucked up the count.
Oh, well, somebody fucked up.
Yeah, somebody fucked up. It didn't look natural. Agreed. But I think that was more on Daichi.
Suzu afterwards put her away with 3 straight German suplexes. Awesome match. I just don't think it was up to like a match of the year contender level that I saw some people hyping it up at. Like, I thought Suzu and Sayaka was way better, and like that actually is a match of the year contender for me. Whereas this was still great. It was still 4 1/4, still an awesome match, but just a little too boring early for me to go any higher than that.
So the Royals are winning against the Mets by a score of, get this, 16-10. They scored 7 runs in the 7th. My God. And I'm podcasting with you instead of watching this game. You should be thanking me.
I appreciate your service. So
and you, listeners, should be thanking me with donations that John has split with me now.
Yeah, I said $1,000. I will.
Yeah, $1,000. Get on it.
Get on it.
So I think I got a lot more out of this match than you did. It sounds like. While I wouldn't say this is one of my matches of the year, this was very high.
Wait, Switzerland beat Colombia?
Who?
Switzerland beat Colombia in the World
Cup?
Yeah,
that was a huge upset earlier today. Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
So we don't, because everybody thought we were going to get Argentina, Colombia, but wow. I'm sure Fox executives must be fucking throwing things, probably. Anyway,
yeah, I'm not sure how much a difference the draw between those 2 matches would be in America, at least.
I thought, isn't Argentina, well, I thought Argentina, Colombia is like a big rivalry. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know either.
Okay. Well, anyway.
So, for this match, beyond my just how invested I am in Suzu Suzuki as champion, I think that played into it. This match was a reminder that while people underestimate how good a seller Utami Hayashishita is, I think that's just because she is so clearly also amazing at other really important things in wrestling Current score is 16-11 now.
You guys are trying to blow it. The comeback is on.
Trying to blow it. When you think of Utami, I think most people think primarily of like her incredible aura, her incredible presence. She is royal. She is cool. And then maybe next you think, yeah, she has awesome like offense. She's really good at like throwing bombs, throwing suplexes. Great power wrestler. Really underrated though as a very, very, very giving seller, which we got to see here. I was watching this with my heart in my throat because the longer Suzu Suzuki's heat period went, which I think was almost 75% of the match, the more I thought, oh god, Utami's going to come back and win this. You just don't have the champion dominate a former champion this hard and not have the challenger win like this, right? Like, Suzu Suzuki wrestled like she was the challenger, like she came in with the chip on her back and chip on her shoulder. And it was Utami who wrestled more like the champion, just absorbing the offense and I thought endearing it until she could turn the offense in her favor and get the win. And that's not what happened at all. If anything, the story of this match is that the floor for Stardom is so much higher now with Suzu Suzuki as champion than it was when Utami left the promotion. And in some ways, the story they're telling with her now with the 5-star coming up is going to be she has to kind of build herself again, even beyond her rivalry with Saya Kamatani, if that's what is. Which I think is really good.
I mean, this is such. I mean, it's sort of like real life, though, right? Where it's like this is such a great promotion now.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
It's not like it wasn't when Utami was around. It's not like there wasn't great matches in Stardom or whatever. But like the fucking quality floor in Stardom now is ridiculous. I mean, it's one of the deepest rosters, if not the deepest roster of any promotion in the world of any gender or whatever. So it's like. There's just so many great wrestlers in this company. I mean, I mean, that's just kind of where you're at with Stardom. I mean, that's why, that's why they're growing to the degree they are. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what, I mean, I love the booking here, by the way.
Yeah.
Because when they booked this match, I think a lot of people were kind of scared, like, they just putting the belt right on Utami. I love that they basically threw down the gauntlet. They made you scared. They were going back to Utami really quickly. And then they had Suzu win. They gave her a big credibility win.
Too.
Win convincingly. They gave her a big credibility boosting win over a former champion. They said Utami's not up to this level yet. She's got to build back up. And, it did multiple things were accomplished here, basically. And I think it was really good booking. And look, it fucking sold out Korakuen too on a Tuesday.
Yep.
So,
first time match, and it was a banger.
They are the queens of Korakuen right now, Stardom. So
I also wanted to say I think Suzu Suzuki is just so terrifying as a fighter, right?
Yeah.
Where it's not just that she's a good wrestler in the ring, it's that she loves to scrap and she loves some violence, which I mean, if you know her career and her personal backstory. She just expresses it well in her matches, especially as champion now. It feels like her run as champion in Stardom is going to be more like her match against May Sierra, but everybody is May Sierra now, which is exciting because that was one of her best matches ever.
Yeah. But yeah, just, another really good Korakuen. I love that they still do title matches at Korakuen because the crowds are always great, and we already put Korakuen over earlier, but it's just the great one of, if not the greatest wrestling buildings in the world. So, it's nothing to complain about here. Another really good show, 2 great matches at the end. I mean, the undercard wasn't really anything special, but who cares? When it's a Korakuen Hall that has 2 4-star matches. I mean, Korakuen Hall show. So, I'm not going to do a big preview of the next Korakuen tomorrow because by the time this episode comes out, it will have already aired. But that's going to have the Goss's Stardom title match, Azumi and Miyu against Hanako and Maika on top. The next big show, of course, is July 18th at Oda Ward, which is the 5-star GP opener. And the match I'm most excited for by far is two wrestlers who aren't even in the 5-star, because I cannot wait for this Shuri versus Poi IWGP Women's Title match. I mean, that's like, that has like actual match of the year contender, like, possibility to me. And obviously, as a huge Poi fan, I'm really hoping she wins too. But
and if she does win, and then Sayori challenges for Ryogoku, then I think that helps to make sense of the fact that all three, Sayori, and Natsupoi, were out of the 5-star. I think that kind of justifies it.
That would be incredible. I mean, that's like fantasy booking for me personally, basically. So we'll see. There really isn't a lot else on this show. Like the actual tournament match lineup is a little underwhelming, in my opinion. So they're really counting on Shuri. I think Shuri and Natsupoi to carry it. And yeah, the ticket sales look pretty decent so far. Now, the ticket sales for the final look really good. I was just going through that for a show that's still, because obviously it's their first time trying to run the Ryogoku Sumo Hall for the finals of the 5-star. They normally just run it at Oda Ward or Yokohama Budokan or something. So for that show, the super expensive tickets are all few remaining. So like the VIP front row, that's like 150,000 yen in the front side, and 100,000 yen. The rest of it is like, there are few remaining. So there's still some, and like Arena S and all that are still few remaining. Like all the middle tier seats are all sold out already. Mm-hmm. So your S box, all the sumo boxes are sold out. S boxes, A boxes, B boxes, they're all sold out. What is this one? Goody. Oh, the group seats. That's what, like those group boxes. Those are sold out. The stand A, so the lowest rows of the second floor, they're already sold out. Stand A, regular, and the front section. This is all on Lawson Ticket, by the way. And like there's still some like women's seats left and stuff like that. There's B and C in the upper level, also have normal availability. But yeah, a lot of ticket categories sold out already for a show that's still a month and a half away. So that show looks like it's doing very well. So that looks like it was a good decision to expand to a second Sumo Hall show for the year. So the night one at Oda is doing pretty well. I mean, all the expensive seats are gone already. Like the VIP on down through Arena A is gone. Arena A front, I should say. The regular Arena A and Arena B are on few remaining. And then like the stands still have normal availability. So we'll see what the actual number ends up being, but looks pretty good so far. But
they're in a new building this time too, right? Ibarra Wave?
No, that's just Oda Ward Gym.
Oh, that's just Oda Ward Gym under a different name. Okay.
Yeah, they have Oda Ward Gym somehow got a sponsor. I have no idea how.
Good for them.
But yeah. No, I was going to say, like, you've been there, buddy.
I don't remember them calling it that when I was there.
No. I think it started March, something like that. It's definitely this year.
That explains why I didn't recognize it then.
Yeah. So,
I mean, we didn't talk about this, but next week, obviously, we probably won't have time unless you want to do a 5-star preview. Do you want to do that now, or?
I don't know. We're like, how deep are we in the show? We're 2 hours and 45 minutes.
2 hours and 45 minutes into the show.
Yeah, I don't know. If we want to do a 5-star preview. Let's do it. Whatever.
All right, let's do it.
Oh yeah, you have that whole doc you sent me. Let me just pull that out.
I have that doc. Now that doc just has the schedule, which, by the way, I have not seen anywhere else in English.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, I had to run this through Cloud to try and make sense of it.
Okay. Does somebody have the fucking block somewhere? Let's see.
So if you go to Stardom's website, they do have the blocks as images. And they do have a good website to just navigate in general, I find. So
yeah. Hold on, let me get the 5-star blocks. Okay, this. Oh no, you know what? You know who actually has the 5-star matches? Reddit has it.
Oh, of course they would. Yes, I should have thought of that.
Okay, so I have the blocks here. So Red A is Maika, Sayaka Kurara, Rina, Tomoka Inaba, Itsuka Aoki, Azumi, Natsuko Tora, and the first qualifier spot. I don't remember who's getting the winner.
We don't know yet.
Oh, okay, they haven't told us. Okay. Yep. But who are the people that are still left? It's like Kikyo.
It's Kikyo. It's I mean, so you didn't see the match yet between Kikyo and Ane?
No, it's Kikyo beat Ane. I think I know
Kikyo
that.
did beat Ane. Yes, I didn't want to spoil
So
that
it's
for you because I know you're really
No,
invested in Ane, but also
I mean,
that's
I
not
already-
a surprising result.
No.
Also, Kyoka is still possible. Akira is still possible. They were both. Who else did they give a bye to?
Akira.
They gave a bye to Akira. Kyoka won her match against Emma, if I remember.
Yeah, that one I
correctly.
watched. Yeah.
There's one more wrestler I'm forgetting.
Who else got a bye? Who else got a bye?
Rather than try and dig this up because that's a lot of dead air while we try and figure that out, I'll just say,
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain it will probably be Akira gets one of the slots, and then it's either between, in my mind, Kyoka or Kyoka. I cannot pronounce the difference between their names when they're back to back like that. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Why won't anyone tell me who this other person is? This is really bothering me now. Who is the other person? You know, there's people like screaming at their fucking phones right now.
Matoy?
Like, is it no? Matoy lost.
Matoy lost. Who'd she lose to then?
She lost to Kyo. No,
Kyoka beat Emma.
maybe we fucked this up and somebody else got it by. Matoy lost to Kyoko.
Oh, Okay.
So Akira is the one who got the bye, which I said 10,000 years ago, and you tried to correct me.
No, I did not. No, I agreed with you that Akira got the bye.
Wow.
I think it was.
Akira. Kyoka got the bye.
I don't think she did. No, because she had the match against.
Oh my god. Okay, who's up first, Arametha? Okay, 5-star GP 2026 qualifying.
This is fantastic audio. We are 3 hours in.
Well,
we could not be.
We're the greatest. We're the greatest of all time.
We're so good at this.
Okay.
Can't believe we're not paid for it.
I know,
dear audience, could fix that.
Somebody had the $1,000 thing set up, and they basically
and then got to this part, and we're like, never mind.
And they got to this part, and they're like, yeah, we can't fucking.
Be sure to let us know in the comments if that was you.
Yeah. Okay, Wikipedia let me down already. Like, nobody knows the fucking qualifying tournament. It's just nowhere.
Well,
like, how does the entire fucking internet?
I think they also haven't announced what the next rounds are or where they're going to be.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of the problem.
Okay. I just don't understand why this is so hard to find.
Have you checked Stardom's official website?
Yeah, I've checked it, and it's still nothing
there.
Up.
Okay. That's where I'm digging around.
Yeah. I just cannot fucking find it anywhere. Like, they don't seem to have it under the news. I looked under specific under 5-star news, and they don't seem to have it there either. Like, they're really pissing me off with this shit. But okay. New arrivals at avail. Limited edition pat. Why did all this really cool merch have to come out the moment I leave Japan?
I was so mad that Koguma released that Kuma shirt after you left, so I couldn't beg you for one.
Like, these jackets look so cool. I look this Avail jacket. I went to that Avail store to get because they had Suri tie-in merchandise, and I could not fucking find it. It took me forever, and they didn't even have the shirt I wanted in my size. I got the shorts. That was it. It was very very depressing. The Ito respect Gundan directly negotiate. Okay, regarding the qualifying rounds, let's say. All right, I may have finally found it. Okay. Emma and Akira got the bye?
I thought Emma had a match already. Okay, I guess I'm wrong. I'm just going to choose to think I'm wrong.
Okay. So Matoy, Ane, Kikyo, and Kyoka are the ones who didn't get the bye. So Emma got the bye, I guess. That's who we're missing.
Okay. Okay. Then I just hallucinated that Emma had a match already against Kyoka. My bad.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Imagine being snazzy listening to this, and you had to
I know.
just sit through this last 15 minutes of us having no fucking idea. And he just is yelling at his speaker the entire time.
But yeah, so Emma got the bye with Akira, and I guess I don't remember who's facing who, but it's either Emma, Akira, Kikyo, or Kyoka.
Yeah.
That's the four we have to pick from. I'm gonna say I'm not gonna bother guessing who it is because I don't know who's facing.
Yeah, we don't know who's facing who. But I mean, you can just pick two, and who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really. Well, I mean, I really would like to see Kyoka get through because I think she's really been improving this year.
Yep.
I like to see her get a chance to keep improving.
And
so
I think she's older as well, so not as many chances.
I think Kikyo's a lock, and then the other one probably is Akira. Honestly,
I agree.
Unless they're facing each other and it can't be them.
And then we're going to be mad.
Yeah. All right. So what were they doing with these blocks? Okay, so that was red A. Let me give these names again now since I did all this. Maika, Sayaka, Rina, Tomoka Inaba, Itsuka Aoki, Azumi, Natsuko Tora, and one of the two qualifiers. That's a loaded fucking block.
Yes. Red Stars A.
I mean,
yes.
Sayaka Rina was awesome in the fucking Cinderella, so I can't wait for that again. Azumi Rina was awesome in last year's 5-star. Itsuka Aoki getting to get in there, mix it up with all these people sounds awesome. I mean, just really cool block. Yeah,
and I think Kurara is going to be given a lot of chances to really shine during this 5-star Grand Prix. So I'm really looking forward to what she does.
Red B, Kanami, Saya Ida, Lady C, Azusa Inaba, Mei Sierra, Rina Yamashita, Maki Ito, and Utami Yashishita. Not like the biggest work rate block, but there's a lot of I mean there's great matches in here. I mean May always has great matches. Azusa's really good.
Yep.
You know, Maki Ito has been like surprisingly really good in this promotion so far. I mean, you know what? I'm talking myself. Saya Ida's great. What am I talking about? This block is great.
Great block. Also, like Lady C has a good chance to shine here because she's up against a lot of bully wrestlers who are very, very good at that. So, we're gonna get Utami versus Maki Ito. That's so funny. That'll be great. Kanami versus Maki Ito will be funny. Maki Ito in general is up against a lot of people who I think there's a lot of good comedy potential.
Blue A, Aya Sakura, Hanako, Rion, Hina, Miyu Amasaki, Muraka, B. Priestley, Suzu Suzuki. I think this is probably the weakest block, but it's not a bad block. I mean, you still have Suzu in there as the champion. You have Miyu in there, who's been really good. You have Hina, Aya Sakura. But yeah, Raka's dragging things down, and Hanako's dragging things down a little bit. Rion is a lot of comedy. But yeah, well, you know, B. Priestley is whatever. But not probably the weakest block, but you know, not a bad block or anything.
Worth noting, B. Priestley faces Suzu Suzuki on the last night, which is the same thing that happened last year with B. Priestley facing Saya Kamatani on the last night and getting a win. So that might be what's the word here? Like something to trip up the champion.
Yeah,
to make the block numbers work.
Yeah. Blue B, Starlight Kid, Hanan, Yuna Mizumori, Koguma, Amisore, Saya Kamatani, Momo Watanabe, and the other qualifier spot. I mean, yeah, lots of good stuff here. Starlight Kid and Saya again. Mm-hmm. That's my current match of the year. So excited for that. Obviously, the big Saya Momo showdown. I think Amisore is going to have a great tournament. She did last year too. I'm gonna throw out when the fuck have Starlight Kid and Hanan ever faced each other? I'm just gonna look this up. I know they have. I know they have to have, but I don't think
they've both been in this promotion for like a decade.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound.
I'm sure the answer is they have faced each other something like 36 times in their first 6 years.
I looked it up. It's not that many. It's only 5 times.
Really? Wow. Yep. Even when they were both on the undercard?
Yeah. So they had a Cinderella tournament quarterfinal 2024. I don't remember that at all, but apparently Hanan beat her. I mean, I definitely was watching at the time, so I don't know what I don't remember that match. They met in the 5-star in 2022. It went 7 minutes. They had a Future of Stardom title match all the way back in 2018 and a Future Stardom tournament match in 2018. And yeah, they met once in 2017. So Starlight gets 4-1 against her. Hanan beating her in the Cinderella 2024 was finally her first one. But yeah, it's been like, by the time they wrestle each other again, it's going to be like 2+ years. Because yeah, you're talking March 2024.
These are the kind of stats we need to like get in the hands of Walker when he's doing English commentary, because there is so much story being told here that we're just not aware of, because nobody looks up the match stats at a time like they do for New Japan, like Chris Samsa specifically does for New Japan. That helps tell the story of what's happening in the tournament. Somebody needs to do that.
But yeah, great. I'm excited for that, because it's a match we haven't gotten in 2.5 years almost, and you know, it just sounds like a cool pairing.
I also think it's interesting that Kogama's in the 5-star this year. No Hazuki. She feels like she could play a wild card element here because there's a lot of heavy hitters in this block. So she's gonna like get a win against one of our faves, and it's gonna break our hearts.
But yeah, there is your condensed, I guess, 5-star preview. Let me look at the tournament. So I haven't done any kind of pick'ems or anything. It's the top 3 move on.
Top 3 in each block. So
I really don't have any feel for who's going to win this thing.
Oh, I have a very strong feeling for who's going to win it. It's one of 2 people.
Go ahead.
Either Utami or Saya. And I think that's the final as well.
All right, well, there you go. You heard it here first, folks. We'll see if that ends up being true. But yeah, it's exciting. I mean, look, there's the G1 and the 5-star. They go at the same time, and they both look really good. I mean, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Also, I want to note, last year they did air all of the 5-star live. They haven't said they're doing that this year, but
no, they just confirmed for the July shows.
Oh, awesome! So I would assume I'd assume the same is true in August.
They had a bunch of shows that were like listed as like question mark, and they all got confirmed for live like a day or 2 ago.
Awesome. Another thing is, I think this is actually pretty digestible compared to prior years, because there's no everybody wrestles night, even on the first night.
Instead, they got pretty stupid. So
yeah. Now I will say they still haven't fixed one of my biggest problems with the 5-star, which is they never have an entire block wrestle on the same night. They spread all the matches out, and it's up to you to keep track of which matches are in which block, which is a pain.
Yeah.
There are going to be some nights where we're going to have all red and all blue, but it's not the same as having all the blocks dedicated on one night. So,
yeah.
But again, there's I want to say 8 matches mostly per night. Even the Korakuen Hall shows only have 8 or so block matches, so that's going to be pretty digestible.
And I'm a dork. I can keep track of who's in what block. I mean, I have a whole fucking spreadsheet and everything, so. But yeah, there's your somewhat condensed 5-star preview, since, as Arametha pointed out, we're sure not doing that in Chicago on Saturday, so. I mean, that'll be another shorter episode, I'm sure, so. A live on location.
And one probably not done sober.
Yes. Well, neither was my one fucking after the conversion, if you didn't hear that one.
Oh, I heard it. I know.
I was pretty fucking drunk for that episode. I didn't listen back, so I hope I didn't say anything too embarrassing.
I don't remember if you did.
Nobody said in the chat like, John, what the fuck? So I assume I did not drop any like fucking details of sessions or anything. So let's go to Dragongate. That is a promotion that sure fucking exists. The July 2nd Korakuen, it did an announced crowd of 985, which again, when Dragongate is announcing crowds under 1,000, you know the crowd was really bad. So this show opened with Flamita and Luis Monte beating Dragon Kid and Suzumu Yokosuka. Flamita pinning Susumu in 8:31 with the Flam Fly. I thought it was a pretty fun little opener.
Yeah.
Even got a top rope Rana out of Dragon Kid at one point. That was really cool. I went like 3 1/4 on it. You know, this is pretty good.
Yep. I thought it was pretty good too.
Match 2 8-man tag. The team of the Paradox unit. I don't know why I said that like that. Yamato, BB Hulk, Kagetora, and Naruki Doi, defeating Torowashi, Mondai Ryu, Punch Tominaga, and Ryu Fuda. Kagetora beat Fuda in 4:32 with the Gulu Makakari. Doi is like just one of the funniest wrestlers of all time. Like he showed that again here, where he just like calmly walked away from poor Mondai Ryu, yelling out the move he was going to do for like an hour beforehand. Perfect facial expression too when he did that. Just great stuff. But yeah, enjoyable little undercard comedy tag. 3 stars.
Oh, my favorite comedy bit that you didn't mention was when Punch does his leap from the ropes onto a guy, and like they launch him. Toru Iwashi volunteered to come in and help, and of course he provided just too much power, and Punch absolutely ate shit. That's good comedy. I actually kind of like Punch Tominaga. I'm not tired yet of his shtick from what I'm watching.
Match 3, Jiro Shimbashi Special Training, Infamous Yamanote Line Chronicles Volume 2, Otsuka. Alexander Otsuka beat Jiro Shimbashi in 5:42 of the double arm suplex. Now, as a trained nerd, I can get behind the Yamanote Line Chronicles, but I don't think I've ever gone to Otsuka. Did you ever go to Otsuka?
No, I never did. I'm mostly mourning that I missed the rest of the storyline they were doing with his company in Jungle Kiona. What happened with that? Did Jiro not get promoted this year? Did he get his bonus?
I guess he didn't. I guess we never will never know.
That's why he has to hustle it on the train line.
The funniest thing in the match by far was Yagi accidentally counting 3 on a pinfall, which became clear when Otsuka pinned him with a double arm suplex literally moments later. But for that to be the funniest spot in a comedy match when it was unintentional is not great. But yeah, the match itself was kind of whatever. I've been kind of over Gio for a while now, so.
Damn, already, really? I'm still kind of enjoying his shtick.
His next opponent is on July 13th at Shinjuku Face. He's going to face a station rep of Akihabara.
That's probably some kind of idol, you would think, right?
You would think. And then at Kobe World in July 20th, he'll face Masakatsu Funaki, who I honestly forgot is still wrestling, but I guess he is.
I don't know who that is. I guess I'll find out when I watch Kobe World.
Match 4, 8-man tag, the Natural Vibes team. Well, they lost, actually. So the Love and Peace team, Mochizuki Jr., Rita, Jackie Kame, and Hyo beat the Natural Vibes team of Strong Machine J, UT, Gucci, and Aki. It was Aki getting pinned by Mochi Jr. in 9:38 with a German suplex hold. Good fast-paced action here. This is a good match. Yep. 3.5 stars. Exactly what you want out of a Dragongate undercard tag. Very enjoyable.
Mochizuki Jr. started gesturing for the belt afterwards because this is a preview of the 6-man tag, but he is not part of the 6-man challenging, so...
So why was he gesturing for the belt then?
Why did he get the pin?
This promotion, like, Ryo Saito has a lot to answer to, and like I don't get the booking of Mochi Jr. at all. It's like he's really good, could do something. Like, oh, we have the son of our legend, and he's also really good himself. What if we do nothing with him ever?
That's gotta be a case of some backstage shit that we are just not going to find out about until years later.
Is it because
we'll go, oh?
Well, we know he's like a weirdly huge pervert. Friend of the show, Milo, was telling me about this.
Really?
He just he just loves any perverted manga you can think of. He loves it. Like, he has it doesn't matter what fetish it is. He just is always posting shit about it on Instagram and stuff. Maybe they're just all tired of him being a pervert.
Huh. I think there's an extra layer here of it's not so much that he's a pervert for like manga shit, you know? Like, it's fine if you go to the soaplands as a wrestler, but you're still sitting here reading softcore pornography. Get some dignity.
Yeah, they probably just don't like it. They probably think it's annoying or like dweebish or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I support your right to goon, Mochi Jr.
No, I do too. I am not judging you, Mochizuki Jr., who I know is definitely listening right now. We support you. We want you to succeed.
A weird manga gooner, that's fine. I don't really. Yeah. It doesn't bother me.
There is nothing wrong with that. It is just funny though.
It is funny. It is definitely funny. Are 8-1. 8-1 now in the third inning.
This was a really this whole show is kind of the preview that I'm gonna watch at least for Kobe World. They have to sell me personally on if I'm gonna make the time for Kobe World in a couple weeks. This was the first match that made me go, okay, I definitely want to watch this title match. This seems really good.
Match number 5, Yuki Yoshioka and Homare beating Ryoya Tanaka and Kazuma Kimura. Homare pinned Kimura at 11:26 with the Homa Frizz. Pretty good stuff. Didn't blow me away. I can't say it made me count down the days until Homare and Ryoya either. But Ryoya in his current role, not Ryoya, I'm sorry, Homare in his current role seems weirdly in between his old heel persona and whatever he's going to be next, which doesn't make him the most interesting Brave challenger for Ryoya's big record-breaking defense. But at least he got an actual win here, though, which was more than he could say during most of the build before this. So, 3.25. It's pretty good. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm invested in it. I think I like Homare enough that I kind of want to cheer for him against Ryoya. I feel like though that he just really doesn't have a chance. Maybe I'm not paying close enough attention to Dragon Gate at the moment. I just get the sense that Homare is not being set up to succeed here, or if he wins, it's a huge shock.
Yeah. Afterward, Ryoya invited Kimura to join his new unit, even though he just lost. But I guess that's fine, whatever.
Well, he just ate the pin for him, so I mean that's what a bro would do.
Then we had an 8-man tag. Masaki Mochizuki, Don Fuji, Genki Horiguchi, and Yasushi Kanda beat the Gaja Dokuro team, Madoka Kikuta, Kai Ishin, and Yoshiki Kato. They did get a big assist, as we'll talk about in a second. But Mochi beat Kai in 5:35 the buzzsaw kick. So Gaja was not taking the old men seriously at all. The storyline here was they were going to, just roll right over them. They came out there in sweatpants. They told them they could bring whatever weapons they want, which ended up being their downfall, actually. The old guys all came out with street clothes and with weapons, although their street clothes were pretty funny. Like, very wacky. They look like the fucking touts in Kabuki Show trying to get me into their shady bars. The match immediately broke down into crowd brawling, which the cracked Dragon Gate camera crew couldn't keep up with well at all, unfortunately. And then suddenly, fucking Gianni Valletta just comes out of nowhere. He's been gone for months, but his music hits. He makes his return while swinging the chain around. Apparently, nobody told him the Gaja versus Sai Patra feud is over. He beat up the whole team by himself and then left Kai for Mochizuki to pin. Okay, then. I mean, that's very weird. More of an angle than the match. I barely even want to rate it, but Genki afterward revealed that Gianni was their secret weapon. Gianni started asking for Sai Patra, so Shun Skywalker's music hits when he wasn't even supposed to be there. He came out. He told him it's over, and then told him goodbye, apparently meaning to just leave. And then Ryo Saito told him to get back in the ring, and that led to an impromptu match between these two. And Gianni Valletta beat him in just 3:14 with a King Kong knee drop. It was spoiled for me already by the cage match card listing, although weirdly didn't list the last match, so that was strange. But yeah, Gianni kicked his ass as Shun tried to beg off by just yelling, Sai Patra! That was actually very funny. He was like, no, Sai Patra, we'll do Sai Patra.
We're friends, right? We're still friends.
But then all the old men ran in for some reason, attacked Shun before Gianni hit his King Kong knee drop with a pin. Again, barely a match. It's not like there's any kind of clean job for Shun, and it feels like Shun is like, oh, look, I'm putting people over on my way out. It's like, okay, buddy, sure. It was kind of funny while it lasted, though. And then Gianni showed his appreciation for their assist by double clotheslining the old men. That was also funny. And he said he wanted to put Sai Patra back together for one more night at Kobe World. Shun agreed with that. As Jay kind of pointed out in commentary before he then kind of tried to cover for it, that basically gave away the result of the main event, even though I wasn't spoiled. Because obviously you need El Cielo to do a Sai Patra reunion. I'm not going to do a 2-person reunion. So not great booking there. But yeah, so at that point, Gianni dragged Shun out of the ring and literally carried him in the back. Amusing, but weird, basically, is how I would describe that whole segment.
Yeah. I enjoyed it as well. I also just feel like Sai Patra is not worth having even a quick nostalgic trip for. Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'll take Gianni. He was in one of the first Dragongate shows I watched, and I like the guy, so
Yeah,
I'm
Gianni's
glad
cool.
he'll be in Kobe.
Then we had the singles match, Kota Minoura beating Jason Lee in 11-11 with the Golden Rose. So Minoura looked pretty stupid, letting himself get jumped from behind by his former tag partner during his entrance. It's like, bro, first of all, you've been a heel for years, so you should know about that kind of tactic. And second of all, as the announcer was talking about, they were apparently doing this to you every night on the tour before this since they turned on you. So, like, how are you not prepared for this by now? Like, look over your shoulder, buddy. I don't have to tell you. I did think Jason slowly working him over was pretty boring. The crowd did start some light Minoura chants a few times, though. And the pace did pick up quite a bit once it was the two of them going back and forth instead of Jason just slowly beating him up. And it was a lot more enjoyable from that point. Then we got the interference that started, though, with the box attack from Ishin. And then Jason hit the maximum driver, but Minoura kicked out. Minoura came back with a last ride, also got a 2 count. Then a buckle bomb, but the ref, Yagi, got bumped. Lee hit a low blow. Ishin and Kato ran in, but Yuki Yoshioka ran out to make the save, as he's apparently been doing on house shows leading up to this. And it was nice seeing the babyfaces actually fight back against Gaja for a change. The crowd reacted pretty nicely for this. And then Minoura hit the Golden Rose for the pin. So yeah, enjoyable once it got past the boring start. I went like 3 1/4 on it. It was like a Dragon Gate storyline match that worked. So
Yeah, I hadn't been paying attention to the storyline for this at all. I missed that Minoura turned face. But I enjoyed the match itself and the post-match angle as well. I'm already kind of invested in seeing. I mean, spoiling what you're about to say, but I'm kind of invested in seeing Minoura and his new tag partner challenge for the Twin Gate belts.
yeah, so Kota afterwards said even though Lee's been a great partner in the past, he thinks he's found an even better one. And that got a huge reaction from the crowd. Like, I was surprised by just how big the reaction was when he said that. They clearly want to see these two, like, classmates who team up. I mean, look, I'm not the biggest expert on late 2010s, early 2020s Dragon Gate, or I wasn't watching that closely. But I believe the two of these two have not really teamed up together since the Generation War part. When there was like, Team Dragon Gate, Team, Toryumon and all that. I don't think they've teamed up since then. So that is cool. But yeah, they're obviously classmates and stuff. So it's cool that they're gonna finally team up here. And then Kota pointed out he had said no to Yoshioka twice this past weekend in Osaka, but this time he's the one making the offer. Yoshioka made him say thank you first, which I thought was cool. But yeah, there was a likable team. So hopefully Dragon Gate doesn't fumble them. The crowd seems way more into this than they're into a lot of other things these days.
Yeah.
So, and they called out the Twin Gate champs for Kobe World. And Minoura points out they haven't defended them since winning them. That was kind of funny for him to point out because he and Lee never defended those belts either last year as heel champions. But yeah, they also made fun of the champions, made fun of them as failed aces, but the match got made anyway. So yeah, this feels like one of the best belt matches in this Kobe World by far. Just kind of damning with faint praise, but at least it feels pretty hot.
Yeah. And also I'm just kind of into Yoshioka finally getting his tag partner through sheer persistence. That's very
true.
cute. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this match.
The main event was the Open the Dream Gate Championship number 1 contender match. KZ beating El Cielo in 1838 with the Impact. There was a very nice dive from Cielo to the floor early. Just looked like he actually killed him on it. But unfortunately, the match, like the last one, suffered from a really boring heat period. Even after they got past that, though, unlike the last one, I didn't really connect with it that much. It just didn't have me on the edge of my seat or anything. It didn't help that, again, I thought I knew the winner pretty obviously. The last couple of minutes for the highlight, the crowd did pop big for KZ's win, which is good considering he's going to go challenge the Kobe World Main. But I just thought this was fine, like gentlemen's 3 stuff, which obviously you'd hope for a better match at the main event of the show. That's your number 1 contendership match for for Kobe World. So.
Yeah, I feel like we need to start talking about if El Cielo is actually a promising prospect for Dragon Gate or not. Because I feel like when he's wrestling like this in his first few matches, where he shows like brief, like really exciting violence, like that, throwing himself to the outside like that was really fucking cool. But then has like the rest of the match, he just seems routine and doesn't at all wrestle to his size. I feel like he has a long way to go before he's a main eventer for Dragongate, which is kind of a shame. But I am glad KZY won because I don't know.
KZ.
Just KZ? Thank you. He looks so smooth in the ring. I kind of like watching him wrestle even when he's not doing anything particularly interesting. He kind of reminds me in a way of Azumi in that way, where just what he does is so fluid and looks so natural. That
Man, they both have non-obvious pronounced names based on how they.
There we
how
go.
You read them.
I need a video of him saying his name very slowly, like I have for Azumi.
Azumi. Bow down to Azumi. As she said in that video. She was like fucking, 16 years old when she's telling everybody to bow down to her at that point?
She knew what she was at the time, that's for sure. Yeah. Most teenagers just don't have that self-confidence. Crazy.
So overall, kind of just a show.
Yeah.
Better than some of Dragon Gate's other efforts this year, but the storyline stuff was good. This show was just dying for like a blowaway match or something. It just did not have it.
Yeah.
So
you wanted the number one contendership match to be that blowaway match too, but it just LCLO just doesn't have it in him to do that kind of match, I think.
Yeah. So they actually have another show coming up before the Kobe World, which is July 13th, their final show ever at Shinjuku Face, apparently. Dragon Gate Last Face. And that has another one of these Shun Skywalker goodbye matches. An interesting lineup of 10-man tag. It's Shun Skywalker, Dragon Kid, Strong Machine J, Flabita, and Diamante. So it's the Luis Fonte going back to his mask gimmick to face the Gaja team of Madoka Kikuta, Kai, Jason Lee, Isha, and Yoshiki Kato. Might check that out. Also, the Yoshioka and Minoura team is going to team up, I think, for the first time against Sumiya Kosuka and Kagetora. Or first time on this run, at least, which is cool, facing the original Jimmies. But yeah, there's a Handsome Rumble. Hyo's going to face Gianni Valletta. That actually sounds kind of cool. And yeah, the Jiro versus Akiba representative. So cool little card. I might check that out. But Kobe World on July 20th, we have the full card for that show. It's an interesting card. I don't really mean interesting in a good way. I mean, there's some stuff here. There's some stuff I'm into, but there's a lot of stuff here. I'm like, okay, this is sure a choice for Kobe World. We open up with a dark match: Shachiyoko Boy, Takashi, and Mondai Ryu against Ho-Ho Lun, Punch Tominaga, and U.S. indie wrestler Tristan Moody finally coming over. I think that's been planned for 6 months or something. The actual opener of the main show: Mochizuki, Why Am I Not Doing Anything Better Than This by Now, Jr., and Kazuma Kimura against Ryu Fuda and Aki. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Jiro Shimbashi against Masakatsu Funaki, who gives a shit. The Triangle Gate decision match, the 100 champion decision match. First of all, it's kind of lame they're just doing this decision match without any tournament or anything.
That they just pick two teams. Yeah. I would have loved to see a one-day tournament as part of Kobe World. They have so many of these wrestlers who are just stuck in meaningless tag matches.
Also, on top of that, it's third from the bottom. So, for all this talent, they're not going to get that much time.
No, they're not.
But yeah, Strong Machine J, UT, and Gucci versus Hyo, Jackie Kame, and Rita. I assume the 11-piece team is going to win and continue what I assume is going to lead to a heel turn for Strong Machine J. If they're not leading to a heel turn with Strong Machine J, they're really trying to kill him as a character, I guess, because I don't know what else they could be leading to otherwise. Match 4, I don't know what the fuck they're doing with this match. It's a 3-way tag for the final Kobe match for Shun Skywalker. Shun Skywalker, Gianni Valletta, and El Cielo versus Flamita, Luis Monte, and Dragon Bane from Noah versus Kai, Jason Lee, and Alpha Wolf from Noah. Why is Shun's final match at Kobe World this weird lucha 3-way tag thing with also a reunion of a unit nobody liked? What a fucking waste.
This is feeling very similar to when Okada left New Japan.
Yeah, he's just doing whatever he wants, basically.
Just, probably booking his own matches on his way out. And, he's not going to put over anyone on the way out.
not doing anything like remotely satisfying for longtime Dragon Gate fans.
Yep.
Yeah. Then we have another kind of a waste of a match slot here. Yamato's 20th anniversary match, Volume 1. It is Yamato, Dragon Kid, BB Hulk, Susumu Yokosuka, Kagetora, and Naruki Doi versus Ultimo Dragon, Masaki Mochizuki, Don Fuji, Genki Horiguchi, Yasushi Kanda, and Kenichiro Arai. This is a much more sarcastic clap, get into it, because, like, who gives a fuck? Old man, 12-man tag.
Oh. And yeah, sorry, I got nothing.
Then we do get into the business end of the card, which the business end looks pretty good. Open the Twin Gate titles, Ishin Yoshikato against Yukio Shioka and Kota Minoura. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have potential as a team, as we've been over, so I'm into it. Brave Gate title match, even though it hasn't been built up that well, and it seems obvious to me Tanaka's retaining. Tanaka versus Omari should be really good. And then the Dream Gate match, where unless they're on even more fucking crack cocaine than they think they are, we will see KZ finally win the Dream Gate. It'll be a nice little happy moment here, because they have to end this Kikuta reign. It's not drawing.
Yep.
It's not doing well at all. Speaking of drawing, I want to see if I haven't looked at the ticket sales. Let's see, Dragon Gate lost in tickets.
I'll tell you what, I'll be a lot more excited to watch Dragon Gate with KZ on the top of the card, than Kakuta. So.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the ticket sales actually aren't as bad as I would guess.
Okay.
Everything is on few remaining, all the main ones, like Dragon VIP, ringside, special ringside, second floor A, third floor A, and third floor B. The only thing not on few remaining is second floor B. Maybe you want to see like some sold out sections, but this is honestly better than I was expecting from them at this point. So
I'm still looking forward to watching at least the title matches for this, even if
it's not like a horrible card.
Exciting.
It's not a horrible card because the title matches look good, but yeah, the undercard is just not very good.
No.
So,
very,
very typical, like boring current Dragon Gate stuff.
And you don't think there's any chance for any interesting storylines coming out of any of the undercard here?
It doesn't seem like it. But...
Okay. Yeah. Your angle senses aren't tingling.
No. We're actually not as deep into the show as I would have guessed. 3 hours and 24 minutes. It's not that bad for us.
Yeah.
We only have... We must have really talked a lot of bullshit compared to wrestling, though.
We talked... Seriously consider editing some of that amount of bullshit.
I'm not gonna edit fucking shit. What are these people gonna do? For the $0 they're paying? They can listen.
If you want John to edit this episode, send us $1,000.
It's too late at that point, though. Let's go to the world of pro wrestling. Noah, not my favorite promotion these days.
Yet another promotion with another major show coming up soon that they're building towards.
I will say, so I'm not reviewing this show, but I did go back and watch the main title matches from the June 25th Korakuen. That show only did 1,202 with a GHC title match on top and a tag title match and a national title match. Like that had to be a disappointing number for them.
Huh.
I didn't really like any of the title matches that much. I mean,
is that the one
I
where
saw some people
challenged?
Sorry?
Is that the one where Endo challenged?
Yes. So that's what I was to say. I saw some people hyping up the Shane Hayes Endo main event. I thought it was like 3.5, maybe 3 3/4.
Well, that's disappointing.
It was a good match. It was a good match, but nothing you got to run out and watch for sure. The tag title match, I thought Soya and Ino against Naito and Bushi was pretty good, especially by 2026 Naito standards. But again, nothing you got to watch. And Marufuji and Shuji Kondo is pretty good. I don't know, just nothing on that show that interesting, but nothing on anything in Noah that interesting really. The show we're actually going to review is the July 5th Legacy Rise Korakuen from this past Sunday, which did a strong number. It did a 1359. So people showed up for Hayata, I guess. I mean, being a Sunday morning show, I'm sure helped too, in all seriousness. But yeah, they showed up for that show. It opened up with the trio of Naito, Bushi, and Ryosei beating Endo, Dragon Bane, and Midori Takahashi. It was Naito pinning the young boy, or submitting the young boy actually in 650 with a knee lock. They're doing this weird storyline where Ryusei kept trying to get Endo to acknowledge him, but Endo wouldn't like even so much as look at him for the most part. He did finally just come in and like kick his ass effortlessly after ignoring him, so that was kind of interesting, I guess. I don't really know the backstory there, but between the tag title match on the last show and here, I do think Naito is moving a bit better of late. Now, obviously, he's still very slow. It's obviously very, very like 2026 Naito levels here. You got to compare to what we got. Obviously, he's not 2017 Naito, needless to say. Not even 2022 Naito. But like very slow, but no longer felt like he's going to fall down every time tries to move, basically, I guess is the difference. Because that's what he looked like a few months ago. He got a nice little knee bar S submission that he got off sort of a half Boston Crab takedown, which looked unique. It was okay, 2 3/4.
I have no comments about the first two matches because I missed them. I only watched this show live.
Okay. Then we had a 3-way 6-man tag. Super Crazy and the Kid Lycos duo beating the team of Amakusa, Daiki Otoshima, and Yuto Koinagi, and also the Team 2000X team of Ju Masaroka, Alpha Wolf, and Tadasuke. It was Kid Lycos beating Tadasuke in 637 with a Swanton Bomb. Fun for what it was, just a big collection of spots. Ladders got involved to build up to this ladder match they're doing on the big Osaka show, and that led to the final splash for the win. 3 stars. It was fine. The next match was a 6-man tag. Kano, Kazuyuki Fujita, and Hirota Tsuruya beating Naomichi Marufuji, Yoshiki Inamura, and Tatsumi Inahara. It was Kano beating Inahara in 940. Marufuji and Kano had a decent little fast-paced kick exchange. That was cool. But Inamura without the title sure doesn't feel like anything besides a normal big carder, I will say. I mean, he can't say that title reign really did much of anything for him now that we're away from it. They tried to build him up later in the night with that 3-way confrontation, but he doesn't feel special at all to me. This was fine. Again, 3 stars.
I really enjoyed the interactions between Fujita and Inamura. And two things. I am excited for the upcoming match at the Summer Epic, I think is what they're calling it. Not just because I think Fujita and Inamura is a fun match to watch, but also because they gave it the best name, Smack the Beast.
Yeah.
And you're yawning while you're going, not as into it, huh?
Smack the Beast. I'm sorry. I did say I was tired. I worked hard today at my fake email job.
But I don't know. This tag match had some pretty good energy to it. I enjoyed it well enough. It gave me a couple matches to look forward to in the upcoming Summer Epic.
Then Masa Kitamiya beat Yuki Ino in 10:21 with the prison lock. So Ino got to look like a complete moron, pointing at Yoshitatsu for what felt like an hour after he grabbed his leg from the outside so Masa can look from behind. Always good to make your new babyface tag champion who just jumped from DDT look as dumb as possible. So good work, Noah. This was boring as hell. It literally put me to sleep when I was trying to watch the show live. And again, I was still under the weird jet lag. So I had to go back and rewatch it though. So this sucked. 2 stars.
Wow. I'm not going to say it was a great match, but I thought it was fine.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm into Jonetsu. What can I say? I'm going to make apologies for it.
Not into Jonetsu at all.
Look, I will support my boy Yuki Ino no matter how weird he gets.
Then we had the Crossroads singles match. Kaito Kiyomiya defeating Alejandro in 1306, the Shining Lancer. Again, build his Crossroads, and boy, that is one way to put All Rebellion at this point, I will say. But yeah, I thought this was boring, mostly heatless early. Jeez. If you like watching Alejandro slowly slap Kaito's chest while Kaito barely reacts, like apparently my podcasting partner did, this is the match for you. I got the big versus little thing they were going for here. I just didn't think it was remotely interesting. It picked up a little down the stretch, I guess, but then Kaito just hit the Shining Wizard and pinned him, which I did not feel like was built up well at all. Below average match, 2 1/4.
Wow, okay. Um, Again, I enjoyed it. I'm not going to say it was great. I thought it was fine for what it was. Which is the Kaito Kiyomiya saying goodbye to Alejandro by beating him up. This is the end of all rebellion.
Wait, they confirmed that?
Yeah. So
confirmed?
Oh God, I don't know if it was actually confirmed. When I was in the Discord chat watching, people said Japanese Twitter said that it was confirmed, which I know is not. But nobody was willing.
So you're like breaking up a little bit.
That's because I'm laughing. Nobody was willing to watch English commentary, so nobody bothered to confirm it. That's actually.
I did watch the English commentary, and I don't think they ever said that, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I'd say the post-match promo wasn't very interesting. I thought the crowd barely reacted to it. Kaito did say he wants to win the GHWA title again, which is nice for him, I guess. I mean, who the fuck is dying to see another Kaito title reign the way he's been lately? He then pivoted to building up his match with Naito in Osaka in a few weeks. And I can't say their confrontation was particularly interesting either, but I'm just obviously very out in this promotion, as you can tell. So
yeah, and that's Naito versus Kiyomiya is now a number one contenders match. So
yeah, so that I did get. That is official.
Yeah, that is official.
Then we have.
I mean, you're not Kiyomiya, but he was one of the 3 wrestlers that Noah highlighted in Shoe Pro this week. So he is, as much as this promotion has geeked him out. And nobody that I know who watches Noah is all that into Kaito Kiyomiya anymore, even though I think he's still a pretty good wrestler. I understand. It sounds like he still has a future at the top of the company. So you have that to look for.
Yeah. Whatever. I don't know.
we are not on the same wavelength about Noah, I can tell. Like, I'm actually, maybe it's because I spent time reading that. We'll get into this now. The interview with the president of Noah, Tanaka, with Shoe Pro, which I thought laid out a really interesting perspective on how they see the promotion right now, which is that they have been successful in Korakuen, yes, and they're getting pretty good numbers there, but they don't think they've actually been successful in building the company. So they're trying to do a few things here. One is they're trying to get people more excited about them through this summer epic, which is why they're stacking the card for this big summer show that I don't think anyone anticipated would be this central to their booking plans, but they're trying to establish this as their summer big show, flanking the spring and fall Ryogokus and their New Year's show, wherever that's going to be, so that they have one big show per season, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is that they admitted, yes, we've sold Korakuen well, but nobody's excited about the direction of the company, and we knew what it looked like when people were, because when Ozawa won, there was clearly a level of excitement there that is just not there anymore, and we need to figure out how to recapture that, which I thought was like almost an interesting reflection of what I hear from at least Western Noah fans, right? That they don't really regard the company as all that interesting right now, including me. They admit that is, I think, an encouraging sign. It tells me that they're at least in sync with at least what my perspective of the company is. And for better or worse, they highlighted Ozawa, Inamura, and Kiyomiya extensively in the New Pro issue. And it's actually interesting to kind of go through and read interviews with them. They do extensive interviews, and even auto-translated, like Ozawa is still like very funny. He's a witty guy. Crude in like a Bart Simpsons kind of way. And Kiyomiya is so painfully earnest. And Inamura, that boy really loves some cowboys, and he loves meat. And you know what? I can respect it. So I feel like magazine advertisement finally got to me, and I am kind of excited for Summer Epic. I want to believe that they view this as a potential turning point for the company at this big show. So I'm kind of invested in it for that reason, to see if this can be a turning point and Noah can have a much better second half.
Well, there you go, folks. The Noah Optimist is logged on. It's definitely not me.
Yeah.
The next match, Ozawa and Takashi Sugiura beat Shane Hayes to Manabu Soya. It was Ozawa or Sugera pinning Soya in 15:26. Oh boy, another boring, nothing happening match that the crowd didn't seem very into, and a series of them at this point. They really love making these tag champs look stupid. In this case, it was Soya getting people going to a small degree, but he did get them going to a small degree as he prepared
People
for a
love
charge out of the
Jometsu.
corner.
They love
and
Jometsu.
clapped let's not go too crazy. Yeah, prepared for a charge of the corner, clapped and carried on for eons, only for Sugera to calmly just knee him in the gut when he finally did charge after all that. Again, you made this already ridiculous looking man look even more ridiculous in a bad way. So Yoshitatsu, I guess, lightly clipped him on the apron, or they collided or something. I have no idea. The camera barely caught it, but it led right to a cradle from Sugera off a Ronda for the pin. It was a horrible finish because it barely looked like he was having any trouble with Soya before that anyway. So literally everyone in this match looked bad as a result here. Soya in general, and Sugera for needing help to pin this clown. 1.5 stars. Another fucking bad match with a brutal ending. So
yeah, I am with you that this was not good, and it does concern me like how little of a spark there seemed to be between Ozawa and Shane Haste.
Afterwards, Ozawa says he'll win the GHC title. Kaito Inamura came out. Ozawa raked his eyes. Kaito just stood there for some reason until he finally gave Yoshitatsu a Shining Wizard. No idea what any of this was supposed to do or anything besides be like, yep, these are our 3 guys. This promotion sucks.
I've heard you say nicer things about Glate.
About what?
About Glate.
Yeah, well, this is... Look, the main event was awesome. That's the nice thing I'm going to say.
We are not at all on the same page on this promotion.
GHC Junior Heavyweight title.
Oh my god.
Eita beat Hayata in 1802 with the Imperial Uno. This was his V1. He won the title from Dragon Bane back at the Eita anniversary show in Nagano on June 20th, a match I did not watch. It did start boring. If you like people doing head scissors, this is the match for you. But unlike the earlier matches, though, this fucking picked up and it got really sick. Hayata especially took these really crazy bumps back to back, first getting hung up on the top rope and landing hard on the turnbuckle, and then taking this sort of high-speed vertebreaker or something. I'm not sure I've ever seen that spot, to be honest.
That looked like a mistake
awesome.
that nearly killed him.
Yeah, well, sometimes mistakes that nearly kill you look great, so...
You are right that it did look cool. It looked gnarly as fuck.
Hayata came back with this cool arm drag of sorts, a pretty unique spot, I thought. Just a little hard to describe, actually. He kept controlling his arm until Eita reversed in this sort of pump handle lead the face. And then Eita hit 2 straight super kicks after Hayata no-sold the first one. That got the pin. This ended up being really awesome by the end. Thank God, because the show really needed it. A lot of really unique offense, I thought. Even the stuff that was maybe botches looked really cool. 4 stars for me. I thought this is great.
I was a lot lower on this than you. Yes, they did cool moves sometimes, but the whole thing just happened so slowly. It's like they were wrestling in molasses. I feel like Eita like really slowed down how fast he could work to just keep in sync with Hayata, and it didn't look good. So, thumbs down from me.
We disagree on everything, Noah, apparently.
Apparently.
At first, now it looked like that dipshit Kai Fujimura is going to be the next challenger. But thankfully, Bushi saved us from that fate by spraying mist in his face. So he's the next challenger instead in Osaka.
I am into the idea of Bushi challenging for the GHC Junior Championship. I think
the crowd was into it too.
I think Bushi was kind of underrated as a potential champion in New Japan. He had some great singles challenges, like especially against Will Ospreay.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I thought this was a disaster of a show until the main event, which I did like. So,
I mean, I'm not going to say it was a great show. I thought it was fine. Again, the preview and Shoe Pro got me a lot more invested than this actual show did. So,
now I will say, yeah, the card for July 18th in Osaka actually looks pretty good.
They stacked it as hard as they could.
You have Dragon Bane Alejandro defending the GHC Junior Tag titles against Jackie Kami and Rita from Dragongate. That could be awesome. You have the Smack the Beast match you mentioned, Inamura versus Fujita. A ladder match where the winner gets to be in the N1 Tadasuke, Alpha Wolf, Jun Masuoka, Daiki Otoshima, Amakusa, and both Kid Lycoses. Hope to God it's Daiki Otoshima. Although I don't think I want to watch the N1 anyway. But
not in the N1. No.
What are you talking about? It's the match decide who goes to be the M1.
No, I was saying Daiki Otoshima is too small to be in the N1, I think.
No, but he'd be a great underdog to get killed. All these
you're
these
right,
guys are
he
juniors.
would. He would, but I feel like you got to get him into Junior Championship pretty soon, and you don't want him to just get constantly beat up by the much bigger wrestlers in the N1.
I just, from a work rate standpoint, that tournament could fucking use him, so I don't know if I really care.
Okay, that's fair.
GHC heavyweight title, next challenger match, Naito versus Kaito. See what if anything Kaito can get out of Naito. Junior title match, Eita versus Bushi. Tag title match, Soya and Ino versus Kitamiya and Sugera. That match I may just skip.
Wow.
GHC national title match, Marufuji versus Kano. That sounds cool. And your heavyweight title match, Shane Haste against Ozawa. Paul, if you're listening, I guess we have to cover this for that episode, even though we're already pretty packed. But yeah, Saturday, July 18th. I'm not that excited, but whatever. There's some stuff on there. It looks good.
I think it's quite literally the best card they could put out right now. So,
which is sad.
They desperately need to build new stars, and they're trying to.
Also,
it's just not working.
Here are their ticket sales 11 days out.
Oh, they're terrible.
Yes. Arena SS seats, which is probably just the front row, sold out. Arena S, A, B, and front tiered seating, every other section, all normal availability, not even few remaining. So, not looking good for old Noah in Osaka.
Nope.
But yeah.
And this is a new building that they're running too, right?
I don't think it's that new, but I think some other promotions have run it. But yeah, it's new. It's like another Ideon replacement while they wait around for this endless Ideon multi-stage refurbishment. So, all right, folks, we kept it under 4 hours, even with the amount of total nonsense we had. So you know what? Let's pat ourselves in the back.
I think we got into some meaty discussions here too, and we talked about pornography.
Yeah. Is there anything you'd like to plug, Arametha?
No.
All right. So, folks, we'll be back in less than a week, actually. We'll be back this weekend when myself, Arametha, Quinlan, I guess, because he stays in the room too. And you know what? John Bivens is staying in the same hotel as us. I'm going to try to rope him in too.
Oh, yeah.
So, the four of us will be back right after the G1 opening night in again, beautiful Hoffman Estates, Illinois, to break that show down from a live perspective. So a lot of that on this podcast, because I've been going to a lot of live wrestling lately. So I know I'm very lucky. But yeah, that'll be your G1 review. And yeah, maybe you and I can do a little bit of the Stardom Korakuen that's going to air by the time most people listen to this. At least a tag title match or something we can talk about. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it, folks. You can follow us on Twitter at Omakase, Wrestling Would Not Fit. You can follow me on Blue Sky at Just1MB. I don't know why I haven't changed that name yet. That's all, folks. I don't know. Why did I just turn into like sexy Porky Pig? I don't know. All right, folks. I will talk to you again from Illinois. See you next time.
Hi, I'm Andrew Rich, and if you're like me, you look at the state of modern wrestling discourse and think, wow, what a cesspool. That's why I'm here to tell you about Music of the Mat Remix. That's right, your favorite wrestling music podcast is back with a new format, where I bring on a guest and we play songs related to wrestling-themed topics. It could be a wrestling reference, a wrestling concept, a wrestling pun, things of that nature. Now you might be saying, Andrew, that is a very, very tenuous connection to pro wrestling on a wrestling podcast network. Is this just an excuse to hang out with your friends and talk about music and ignore the rest of the wrestling landscape? Yes. Yes, it is. So listen to Music of the Mat Remix on the Voices of Wrestling Podcast Network, available on Apple, Spotify, or your podcast player of choice.